Hello, and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday right here at the Rag Company Podcast on the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel. Of course, I'm Dane Hennon, your host. To my right, Levi Gates.
Thank you, Dane.
And to my left, Anthony has some ideas. Fisher, yes, welcome.
Dane,
welcome to the show.
Thursday, happy Friday Eve to all the fine folks at home watching this, getting ready to have their questions answered.
That is kind of the point.
Q&A Thursday. We're here to
I
party.
want to know how many people were actually just watching that loading screen, like me,
Yeah.
and thinking, Dane looks like Mr. T in that photo.
Mr. T. It's a little Mr. T-like.
It's very Mr. T-like.
Oh, man.
I could see that.
It's just the way that his mustache looks.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at our mustaches.
Right.
I was looking at how good mine looked in that picture, and I was like, wow, I need to do a little trim and little adjustment to get this one back to it.
here.
And then I saw Dane's, and I was like, that is a very Mr. T facial hair feature.
Agreed.
And then yours was mostly just stubble. But
Yeah.
some nice
Good-
5 o'clock
good
shadow.
Anthony
Yeah.
never goes for the full beard. I am very curious. Do you guys
Yeah.
want to know what
So-
Anthony would look like with a
I
beard?
can't
think we
grow
all,
one.
You can.
No, I
You
can't.
just-
with the
you
no
won't allow
time
yourself to.
and determination.
You won't
and
allow yourself
good
to.
hair care products. It is possible.
Thanks to our friends at the Beard Struggle, you could use offer
I didn't
code
say that.
Levi15
Like
and get 15% off
Like the way it
all your
feels.
beard
The point
care
is, it
when my
won't
products.
head's
feel
on my
itchy and
pillow.
scratchy if you treat it right.
But you wouldn't feel it on the pillow if you're treating it right, like Dane
silky
said.
smooth.
I just don't like that.
Soft, supple
I'm just not
beards.
a facial hair
Yeah.
guy. Now, with that said, we are here on coming up on the end of February.
Yes.
Right? I can't believe it. We have... Dude, this is an
Today's
extra
the
day.
29th.
This is the 29th. It is a leap day.
Leap
Yeah.
day.
Can you
Leap
believe
day.
it?
Joke's on you guys. We got an extra day.
We do have
well,
an extra
we
day.
got a lot more than just that going on today. I'll say.
So,
Getting into housekeeping.
Get into housekeeping. So today is the start of something very special. If we can kick over to the ragcompany.com.
All right,
let's go ahead and
bring
check
it
out what's
on.
happening.
Woo!
We've got 20% off almost everything right now at the TRC website.
That's a lot of stuff.
This is detailing
Honda
kickoff
content.
season, and people are getting ready for warmer weather, and we've got plenty of detailing products to accompany you. So, starting off here, we have some new products that are 20% off, which is amazing, right? We've got the Ultra Wheel and Body Brush now at 20% off, normally $16.95. What's 20% off of that? I don't know, but it's definitely
failed
less
math.
than
That's a healthy,
$16.95.
discount.
And so we also have the new alkaline wheel cleaner. We have the reset.
I think
clay
it's like
scrubber,
$3.
something like that. And we have the new Ultra Rip and Rag microfiber towels. These are a premium 70/30.
That's less than a bucket towel.
Ready for your coating needs. Now we also have some other cool things. We have some new applicators. We do have Inspiration Radiance there. We have some IK sprayers, and of course we still have some leftover swag from
Like
Black
the Eagle
Friday.
blanket and the Blackout World
yeah.
Champs.
Well, the Eagle blanket is sold out. Levi.
Oh, it is? Totally?
It is.
Oh, way to
Oh,
get
then why
the
is it on the
hopes up.
sheet
I don't know why it's on the website. So,
to make people
what I'm
sad.
trying to say is that right now is a fantastic time to stock up if you
Yep.
guys are looking to purchase some stuff. We only run this sale once a year, obviously, at the very beginning of March, because this is kind of like the preparation for nicer weather. I mean, we're still in 45-degree weather.
We've got 60-mile-an-hour winds predicted today.
Yeah,
mile an hour
it's
winds.
getting a little crazy.
Saw a bird fall off a fence earlier, and it's not getting any better for us anytime soon. But
for other
people
people.
around the country,
yeah, maybe it's
Yeah,
nicer.
other people
where
have
they
nicer
are.
weather than us.
Yeah. So this is going to be running until, I believe, Monday night the 4th, and it's going to be shutting off then. So get your orders in while you can over the weekend, because following this, the next sale is going to be of the mysterious variety.
Ooh. Oh, we're
like it.
just calling it like it is. All right. Yeah.
Well, it's not mysterious. It's lucky. Lucky.
Oh,
Lucky
okay.
and
yeah.
lucky and mysterious.
Yeah.
Something like
good
that.
job.
Happens to have some green involved or something.
Yes. Now, some other things. Maybe housekeeping related, maybe not, right? But on my
Okay.
foot here,
Oh.
Oh,
dude, check this out.
ladies and gentlemen.
Just got these in here. These are my new Brooks, I think, glycerin?
Glycerin,
Glycerin, right?
GTS,
GTS
Very nice.
22.
21 or 22?
I think it's 22.
I'm not sure. Anyways, so I just got
Might be
these from
21.
our friends over at Brooks, and these are hands down one of the coolest new shoes
And it's a stealth fit.
I have ordered. And
The
so
most comfortable stealth fit
with
I've
the
felt
gum
yet.
soles, dude.
Yeah.
These are sick. These are so sweet. So honestly, my favorite pair of Brooks.
Flip it around. It's got a cool little feature on the other side there, the little mark there.
It's got the little mark there showing it's the DNA loft material.
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen infused or whatever the heck it says.
Does it say it on the tongue?
I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to give a shout out to our friends over at Brooks Running. Not only are Brooks keeping us comfortable, but they're keeping our postures correct, and they're also keeping us going throughout the day with all of our detailing needs. So if you're looking for a fantastic shoe,
Dane, what are you wearing?
Check this out.
The exact same shoe, as a matter of fact. Because I bought 2 pairs, and I do mean I bought them because I like them so much. I got this, which is what you see here, the glycerin, but I also got Ghost Maxes that were in kind of a blackout scheme that I thought looked pretty cool too. I really want to try that Max, just a big fat cushion.
I'll tell you, I'm rocking the Ghost Maxes right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show you because they're filthy. They're still dirty from Disneyland. But they are so comfortable.
Okay, that's what matters.
I'm really enjoying the Ghost Max life, and I'm excited because I want those.
We have all body types
I'm
here.
going to get a pair of those because I like the way it looks on you guys.
It's a limited edition color, right, with the black and gum sole. They've never had this before. I hope they keep around something like this.
And they make this in the Adrenaline as well, this colorway.
Which is what I want to get next because I am so in love with the way that this looks that I want to get Adrenaline as well.
I feel I should also get 2 pairs.
I don't think you should get 2 pairs.
Just so that way I have...
If you want to order them, you are a sponsored athlete. You are technically Brooks' slowest athlete.
One of the slowest.
Well,
the 3 of us.
Hey, I'm right here. I'm holding down the record for slowest.
I can guarantee myself that I am faster than both of you.
You think you're faster than the 2 of us?
Yes, combined.
Faster than me right now, absolutely. But in my prime, I probably have both.
Now I want to know who's the fastest between you 2.
Right now, probably him.
I have surgically repaired parts in me,
and I just roll my ankle.
I'm not OEM like Dane.
You're half mech, so I don't know.
We'll have to see.
$4,000. We'll do it. If we get enough, what's it called, super chats in this.
Maybe
I'm just gonna set a goal here. We get $60 in super chats. We will film a live race between Dane and Levi.
We'll host a 100-meter dash, kind of thing.
Just a
parking lot dash.
And we'll do it right outside there. So if we get $60 in super chats, a race between Dane and Levi, I think it's gonna be a good time. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some questions. If you have any questions regarding the sale, just let us know.
Of course, bring them on. We start this thing off with, not Bruce Willis for some reason, Dan Pfeiffer, good afternoon, and word up from sunny Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. Looking forward to TRC SEMA this year.
Nice.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to it too. Which, by the way, as part of housekeeping, let's just cover that here at the beginning of the show. TRC
1 month away.
And what is it for people who don't know?
Rag Company Media Access, Dane.
It's where we broadcast live for 4 days.
Yes.
Yeah, and we reveal...
All the brands show up here to hang out.
We reveal new detailing products being launched within this industry. We basically reveal new techniques, tools, tips, tricks, and everything in between. This is a industry-leading event here in the detailing world.
Yep.
And one of the only ones that is completely live and online.
It's a trade show in your pocket.
And free. You can literally just turn on your YouTube and let it run all day.
Yeah.
That's what we'd prefer. But also so you can just let it run all day. Because you don't know. It might pop up and you're like, oh, that's really cool.
Well, and the big appeal of it also is the fact that you can leave comments there that the people during the show can actually see and respond to.
Here's something else. Glenn, can we go back to the website?
Oh,
I believe at the website we've got an option.
Oh.
On the right-hand side at the upper right there, it says TR SEMA up on top.
Up on the very top.
Very top. On the right next to wholesale. Mm-hmm. Boom. You can hit TR SEMA there, TR CMA, April 1st through the 4th. And if you scroll down, Glenn, they can see not only presenting brands, but if you click on that Monday, day 1, you'll see we got Flex in the timeline. You can click the next over there, PNS. From 10 to 11, Avery Dennison from 11 to 11:45, Fellers from 11:45 to 12, and then you've got the Rap Institute from 2 to 3 p.m.
This is a premium feature.
And finally up on that DOS day, 3 to 4, Diamond Pro Tech. And then one more after that, I believe.
The website is
Viper Chair from 4 to 5 p.m. So even day 1, hot stuff happening on day 1.
This is be the hottest stuff in the industry.
Those are 4 days of all of our brand partners being on the show. So you guys can check that out yourselves. Go to the Rag Company website, click on the TRCMA link, and check out and see all the brands that are going to be presenting this year. It's up. It's open, so you can see.
You can see it all.
That is way too exciting. I can't wait to see it and be there.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually hosting
You're going to
some of
be
it.
in it. So
that is
Me too.
you got a
interesting.
job
That
to
would
do.
be
And
fun.
you got a job to
Practicing
do.
our lines.
I'm going to be hiding in the booth, so that's my move.
right.
Anyway, back to Dan Pfeiffer's comment. Yes, thank you for all that. And
He says,
along.
thanks for the spring sale. I ordered up some reactivation shampoo and alkali wheel cleaner.
Nice.
Excited to try them out. I've been using that alkali wheel cleaner at home.
How you
It's good
like it?
stuff.
Yeah?
Good stuff. Spencer Mason saying, hello from Minot, North Dakota. 9 pieces of equipment this week. Also, thanks for thinking about me at Dan for the geese removal comment on Facebook. Very nice.
Removal.
Removal.
Here we go, Anthony.
From Frost 732.
Yeah. It's
Anthony,
yours. Go ahead and read
thank
it.
you numerous times over. Followed the Dr. Color Chip directions to the T and took my time. That hood turned out great, and the scat pack is whole again.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations, man. Yeah, no, Dr. Color Chip, it's worth getting good at it because you never know when you're going to need those skills.
You're like the resident expert at it here, so that's why usually. Also, in this moment, I tried to get you to read the comics. I thought it'd be a nice
Thank you,
little.
Dane. I didn't know you were trying to refer to me as saying starting. You said Anthony. And it starts
Yes,
with Anthony.
because it starts with Anthony.
okay.
I was like, "Hey, Anthony, this one's for you."
Oh, must have been.
Usually, we're a little
confused.
smoother. At that,
Simon
but we'll
Birch
keep
with a
trying.
happy Friday Eve. What's up, buddy? And then he says, massive happy birthday, Levi, from the Birch. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Levi,
Had a
you're 40.
great
You're
weekend.
44.
44 this year.
So I mean, we got a couple pages here we can answer in a minute. So what I want to know is, being 44, what knowledge do you have to pass down to us 34-year-olds?
10 years behind.
We're 10 years behind, but do you feel like you are 10 years behind?
Or he's 10 years in the future.
Do you feel like you're 10 years in the future? What do you feel like?
No, I think the weird thing is that I am 44.
You don't feel 44?
Well, I look at it and I go, 44, 45, when I was growing up as a kid, that was middle-aged, right?
That's old.
Sure.
Right,
Yeah.
40 is over the hill.
When you're
Yeah.
a kid, it sounds
Right? When you're a kid,
old.
that's what it was when you're growing up.
Yeah.
And so in my head, I go, oh, man, I'm getting up there in age. But then I start thinking about other people, and I go, well, they're in their 50s.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. You know, I start seeing.
That's how we think about our 40s right now.
I start looking and I go,
We
they're
go, they're 40. That's pretty young still.
Too bad.
Or is it a thing like the older I get, the less respect I have for people I thought I had a lot for?
But
when
I had
they were
this talk
older,
with
and I
my-
thought, oh, they were
I had
well
this
to know.
talk-
It's like, oh no, we're all in the same.
No, I had this talk with my parents because they're both knocking on the door of 70, right? And so they're going, they're saying that my dad goes, we were camping this summer, and we just went up to Idaho City and went in to grab something in the morning that we needed. I think it was like syrup or something, and this guy's talking to my dad, and he's like, "No way, man, that's super cool, bro!" Like, and he's using new kid lingo, but he's got full white hair and a ponytail, and he's got like this prospector beard,
That's
boy.
fun.
like white
I
beard.
like that.
You know
Yeah.
what? He's trying.
And he's talking, and he's like, "Cool, all right, guys." And while he's talking, he goes, "Hey, man, I know you from somewhere." And my dad's like, "Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm born and raised in Boise my whole life." And he's like, yeah, man, I'm from Boise too, man. I went to Boise High." And my dad's like, "I went to Boise High. What year did you graduate?" And he's like, 74. My dad's like, "Oh, I graduated in 73. And he's like, "Oh, all right, cool. That's probably where I know you from." And then we leave. We get in the car. My dad goes, "The heck, that old duffer's the same age as I am."
It really freaked him
That's
out. for
literally
a
what he
second.
said. And that's the kind of stuff I see.
Oh my
Like,
God, that.
the other day, I was looking through
So you're comparing ages more than you have ever been, is what you're trying
more
to say.
so, yes. Like, I think back to when the great G. Davis told me had stated that when I shave my face, I look 20 years younger.
Yeah.
It does.
So
It
part of
really
me thinks
transports
maybe I
you.
should
you
shave
start
my
shaving
face,
your face now?
shave my beard, so that I look younger
Yeah.
for folks, and I can continue to defy the ability of age. Or do I embrace it? Do I embrace the forehead wrinkles?
Yeah.
Do I embrace the fact that I'm
Just
losing
go
my
for
hair
it.
off the front of my head more, and I just need to keep shaving it so I
You
don't
just
look?
need to break out the bick and
It
go
doesn't
for
look
it.
like
Yeah.
I'm actually losing my hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Or do I grow my beard out even more and make it so that more of the gray shows? What should I do? I don't know. What is wanted? What is needed? How do I feel?
The neatly kempt looks good.
So you don't really have any advice for us being 10 years behind?
Just don't smoke 3 packs a day of menthols like I used to. For
That's
one.
solid advice.
Second,
on it,
make
okay.
sure you stretch
Okay.
Yep.
and
Trying to do
keep
that.
your joints active.
Yep.
Especially for
Gotcha.
those of you detailing every day, because it hurts nowadays. I look at what I do. But I also look at like all the things that we've done to make it easier on people. Stay away from a lot of the heavy chemicals. Try to use a lot of personal protection equipment. Because I look at the years and years of washing my hands with lacquer thinner and using hydrofluoric acid on cars. And I think of all the damage that I've done to my body, but also what I'm worried about getting in the future. So other than that, I'd just say, as a dad, being 10 years ahead of where you are, almost exactly, Hadley's 12.
Yeah.
Lucy's 2,
Yeah.
right? I look at that 10 years has gone by so friggin' fast.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of ways to
So
try to
fast.
slow down time, right? I've thought of ways of doing it. It involves me. Okay, this sounds horrible, but if I were to break my leg tomorrow, right, I would go, oh, this sucks, right?
Yeah.
These next few months are going to take forever.
They won't.
Well, no, listen. If I continue to break parts of my body, on accident, of course, right?
Oh, to
then
slow that
I
would
get
hit
Accidentally
slows time.
on purpose.
accident on purpose. I now slowing down time. My perceived, perception of time, right? Because now things are just taking forever to heal, right? It's kind of like being sick for a long period of time. It's like, oh, it's taking forever. Can't wait to get better. Thinking of things like that, right? Doesn't sound ideal, but that's one option, right?
Okay.
Other option is potential time travel that does not quite exist yet, but I am talking to a guy in Emmett right now.
Okay.
Who just got done. He's getting ready for the Cherry Festival, but then after that, he's working on his time machine.
Okay, I like
In a
that.
shed or
Yeah.
something.
In his shed.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I saw he was putting
As
ads.
much as I freaking hate Emmett, Idaho, I
You'd go there for
despise
that?
that place. There's enough freaking radiation in that
probably
town.
is possible.
probably
Where
know
if there
something we
was going to
don't.
be a time machine, that's where it would come from.
Yeah, there's good potential.
Freaking hate Emmett, Idaho. Anyways, so
man.
no, I'm just asking because I agree. I was thinking about it the other day that I'm 34 now,
Yeah.
which doesn't sound maybe that bad to some people, but I felt like I blinked
Yeah.
at 30. And now I'm 34. Now, granted,
Yeah.
I did accomplish many things in between this time.
Yeah.
It's freaky how fast 30 to 34 is because when you're in your 20s, you're like, I'm in my 20s. I'm good
I
forever.
got a decade. That's
I'm-
basically 100 years.
Yeah, you're like, I'm good forever. Like,
Yeah.
especially when you're in your like mid to early 20s, 30 feels like,
that
that's
feels
old.
so far
That's
I
away.
feel like my 30s
So
to
far
40s,
away.
like my 20 to 30 went slower. My 30 to 40 went faster. And now that I'm in my 40s, like I feel like I just turned 40 and now I'm 44.
Yeah,
So it's even faster. It does feel like what you're saying, but on a different scale to where I'm like, oh my gosh.
yeah.
I feel like
like-
there was like a complacency that set in, and suddenly there's just this crazy like time leap. that
Well,
occurred.
and it is because you look at that and you go, Hadley's 12 and she's literally got 6 years left before she graduates high school, which is absolutely shocking
yeah,
because in my head, she's 2.
yeah,
And that's what you see. And that's why I think it's so hard when parents go, like when we would rebel against our parents when we were teenagers, because they would go like, we're just trying to look out for you. And you're like, but just let me do my thing. Like, I'm almost an adult. No, it's because that's how they see you. Like, it doesn't matter how old she gets, you're going to see her as she is now, today. The way she talks, the way she speaks, everything. Because I still do that with Hadley. She'll come in and she'll say something to me in the morning, and I'll think of her in the morning saying, like, walking around doing her be-ya, be-ya, be-ya. Like, I think of that, and it's freaky.
Well, you know,
So what do you say to Dane who doesn't have kids?
Just enjoy it, Dane.
Yeah.
Have fun. You're living the dream.
well,
I think
there is that, and obviously I understand.
But more
the
so,
joy of children.
more
as
so, take
well,
care of
but-
yourself because
Yeah.
as we grow and we get older, it's harder to bounce back. It's harder to heal when we damage our body. It's harder
believe me, I
to
know.
do
I
that.
s-
So I'm proud of you for all the strides that you're making.
I'm making a big turnaround because I feel like when I hit 27, 28, I started gaining weight, and it just turned into this. Like, I was
It
fit.
snowballed.
I was fit before this, believe it or not, but it's very easy to let yourself kind of like slack into a different state of things. But I think about it. I started this job working here. I've been working at the same place since I was 23 years old.
Yeah.
And that's just a weird feeling to think about. But I think that's
worked for
also
11
part.
years, yeah.
That's part of that time travel feeling, because before that point, you probably changed jobs like every few years or whatever, because you're a teenager, you're getting into your early 20s, things just hop around, you do different stuff. But no, getting here, it's just like been doing the same thing. I mean, different stuff here, obviously,
Yeah.
but you're working in the same place. You see a lot of the same people, and it's like time kind of stops in that way.
Yeah.
So when you get to this point, you kind of look around and go, "Oh, whoa, where'd the time go?"
Well, because there's
Yeah.
also those people out there, right? Like, while we've been at the same job for 7 years, 11 years, all of us have been here for a very long time, right? I know a lot of those people who I'm still friends with who like fly by the seat of their pants, and they've lived like 10 different lives in 10 years,
Yeah.
right? Because they haven't kept a job for more than a year,
They have
right?
eras.
They haven't stayed in a location for more than a
Right.
year, right? And they're constantly bouncing. They're living literally penny to penny, and they're living their life on the edge, and it's probably not very comfortable. But I will admit, though,
It's
it's kind of
exciting.
cool because I go, dude, you've done like 10 different things. You've you've worked in a different country. You've gone and, done this and this and this, and you've worked all these different jobs, right? And I go, that's got to be kind of cool, right? Yeah, man, it's awesome, right? They still think they're 20 years old, which
Yeah.
is
The
one
experience
thing,
counts
but-
for a lot, and it's something fun to call back on as you're older. But anyway, I know we kind of went down the rabbit hole on this, but it is interesting to think about just when you put that perspective on it. So
Yeah.
those of you watching, I'm sure you have comments about this, but
Also
we'll
open
get
to
them.
suggestions on how to slow down time other
Yes.
than breaking every
Any
bone in my body.
suggestions?
Yeah. Or having to deal with the gentleman out in Emmett.
Or having... I'm not opposed to dealing with a gentleman in Emmett. I just don't know if I believe him yet
Let's
based on
be
how many
real, he's
moon
opposed.
rocks he's collected.
Correct.
Those aren't moon rocks.
Yeah, they're a different kind of rock.
Simon Birch wishing you a happy birthday, Levi, from
Thank
the
you.
Birch.
And in case
Mike.
those of you that didn't tune in on Tuesday wondering what this is
right,
on the
yes.
desk, this, ladies and gentlemen, is from the G-Technic Serum Summit, and it is, hold it right there, the
There you
Rag
go.
Company Distributor of the Year for 2023 for G-Technic. So that is
Thank you.
from our friends at G-Technic. That was very nice of them. Appreciate it. Mike saying I got tons of questions that I suddenly now can't remember. Sorry, man.
Oh, it's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Lakes Country Detail saying, good afternoon from Minnesota Lakes Country.
And welcome.
And then Stilly saying, Levi, Anthony, Dane. What's up, fellas?
I got an S in my name.
What's up,
now. That makes
Stillies?
it fun.
How are you, Andy?
Dasne.
And then Brian, well, hey, dudes, what's the story behind that monster wash pad? Is it similar to the Cyclone material? Kind of. Yeah.
That
It is
one-
similar to the
a
cyclone
funky
material. It was just
was an
it was an
experiment.
experiment. That's exactly that's why we call it the monster pad.
In the earlier days, we experimented a lot with different, microfiber, combinations and shapes and stuff. So there's been stuff like that over the years that definitely you look back and people are like, wait, you guys made that?
No, it's a very premium material.
Yeah.
It's just the pad itself was definitely an experiment,
Right.
and so it feels and looks like it. It could also be a pillow for what it's worth. It's great.
There's definitely that.
Next up here, we've got on the list.
Page 3.
We've got
Boom.
Stilly say happy Friday, everyone.
Happy
we
Friday.
got Dan Pfeiffer says when will the new sponge be available?
We're
about
USS.
Oh, man. We may not have it in time for
TRC.
TR SEMA. So
Not the way it
we're as of right now, we've got you guys saw that the new brush is available. We have a number of items that have been being put on the containers. So the new brush came and the new Rip and Rag XL, pretty sweet. I know you guys are be able to pick that stuff up. We thought the USS would be on these last two containers. They are not. So that means it probably won't be making it to the US till after TRC SEMA. So we're expecting sometime April, maybe May. So fingers crossed. But we've got a lot of great stuff coming. So like I said, the new brush is there. The new Ultra Body and Wheel brush and the new Ultra Rip and Rag XL, which is a pearl weave tear away microfiber. Pretty sweet. So and less than $1 a towel. So really great deal.
That is.
Alex Duer saying, in a meeting, and I will catch this one later. Hope everyone's well. Love you all. Thanks, buddy.
You. Right back at you, buddy. Jeff C. Anthony, if you'll take him.
Any idea when the 1 liter bottles of Active Foam will be available? I see they popped up on the site, but I have never seen any showing in stock. So we have them here at the Rag Company. I don't know if they've been updated up to the website just yet.
Yeah, if they're
there, they're there. If they're not, then we're working on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Simon Birch says, I recall the rep from Stjarnagloss mentioning Forced X will eventually come in 5 liters. Have you heard anything about this?
We don't know.
I don't know.
You have to get a hold of Jack and see.
I'd probably just ask Jack.
Jack's the man to ask.
And then also saying, what ratio do you use Forced X in a foam cannon? Forced X, I don't have that info. Anthony and I got a bottle of Forced X. It's all we've gotten. We've played with it, but we kind of burned it up pretty quick and used a lot of it for a lot of different things.
It's a concentrate, but I mean,
super concentrated. You can kind of mix it whatever you want.
I don't know what the I don't know. You're gonna have to reach out.
You could probably put 50 mils. You could put 100 milliliters in. Yeah. It's all up to you, really.
Michael Kaufman says, of course, I placed an order last week and they have 20% today. Yes, I know.
That's just life, man.
It's tough timing. As far as 20% offs go, we try to drop them very sparingly.
They're spaced out on purpose.
And we try to space them out on purpose. You know, there's different websites that run 20% off
every
one
week
day.
There's some new 20% off.
Next day, it's a buy one, get one 50% off. And then it's 20% off. Like, we don't do that. We try to space them out accordingly.
So they're a little more meaningful.
So, like, I can tell you right now that we wouldn't have another 20% off again until another big special event. But,
Yeah,
I mean...
like a certain leprechaun-related holiday.
No, that one
is not a 20% off.
20%
off. You're saying 20%. I was just saying sale in general.
The next 20% off is not till the week of TR SEMA.
Right, yeah. Ooh, hey, so you got to hear, folks.
Just saying.
But
that's how long it's going to be.
Yeah, so if you need something, 20% off, and you need it kind of sooner than later, now would be the time to do it.
Now's the perfect
time. If you got anything you're looking for.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah.
True.
No,
Simon with the right answer. Time to buy more.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, there's always
And then
that.
Al saying, Happy Friday Eve, detailing enthusiast peeps. Thank you.
Right back at you.
Berto saying hello.
Of course.
And then Simon saying, especially I like
Hey, please do. If you're watching and you haven't done so already. Super Auto saying, new Ultra Wheel and Body Brush, safe for gloss black wheels? Question mark?
Yeah. So it is safe for gloss black wheels. It's just as safe as any other ultra safe brush. I mean, I'd probably say just as safe, if not safer than some of the brushes out there. Would I say it's as soft as probably the Detail Factory Ultra Soft, like the screwball material, right? Or the curveball material? Probably not. I don't think those fibers are as soft as that one. But these are going to be not too far behind, and we've gone through a kind of seasoning process on the bristles to make them much softer out of the box to where you can jump in for many jobs and jump straight into it. So gloss black's pretty tough. If it's a relatively strong outer coating, then I think you're going to be absolutely fine. But just know that, that we made this brush very safe for this. I went through tons of testing specifically on vehicle paint and different types of vehicle paint to make sure they are safe.
Good deal. And, this next one makes me
Dane.
a little teary-eyed seeing my old car there. Gosh, nice to see the old SVX there. Just a nice old photo. Wonder where they found that. Dane's Backyard Rubbish says, Levi, what is your go-to coating that you install most frequently for customers? Do you give them the choice, or do they go off your recommendation?
Great question. So I do have a coating this weekend, and I pretty much ask what they're looking for. If someone says, hey, I want you to do this or I want you to do that, then of course I'll do what they ask. But many times they just say, I want a 3, 5, or a 7 or whatever I want to give them. And I tell them this is what it's going to be price-wise.
Okay.
And then they just pick the price that they want to spend. And then I just install the coating that I feel is going to be the best for their vehicle based on how I know they're going to clean it. So, like the car coming up this weekend is going to see a lot of road trips and a lot of cabin runs.
Sure.
So I want something durable, and it's going to get washed primarily through a car wash.
Okay.
So, so in that case, something like Legend would be the strongest to put on that vehicle specifically. So that's, or something like one of the Pro versions of Diamond Protec on that car. So that's the kind of thing that I think about, and that's what I tell them is like, well, you want to get the most out of it, this is what it's going to be. And for this couple, this is probably the last set of vehicles they're going to buy for their life, and because they are a little older. And the new truck that he had just bought a couple years ago, I coated in Legend, I believe, and it's staying really nice. And I've done some light upgrades to it, a little light polishing. But this is a brand new car, so that's what I do. Other folks that just say, like my neighbor, they were like, hey, I want to get my car coated. They tried to sell to me at the dealership, but what do you got? And I explained to them the different options. And sometimes I say, hey, well, how are you going to wash this? Well, I'm just going to run it through the car wash. Okay, well, what are you looking for? Well, I just want it to stay nice. Okay, well, I can give you this for this price, but it's got to be replaced every year.
Yeah.
It's really only going to last a year, especially if you're going to be running the car wash. Or I'm going to need you to run it through the car wash once a month, once every 6 weeks, and then you'll get a year straight out of this product. Or maybe you'll get 18 months, and this is the price. And they go, oh, well, why don't we do this? Let's go the cheaper one for the first year. I'll run it through the car wash, see how I like it, see if it works, and it keeps the car looking shiny and clean and everything I want. And then maybe next year, I'll plan it out a little better because I won't be having to pay for a new car, save my money, and I can maybe bump up to the next level.
Do you feel like your recommendation would change, say, if the customer said, well, I don't take it through a brush wash, it's a touchless. The chemicals may be stronger, but I take it through a touchless. You want a coating with more chemical resistance, something like that?
No.
Treat it the same.
No, because it doesn't really matter to me on that front. The car wash is going to do damage, but it really depends on the day and the time that you take it through the car wash.
Yeah.
So like
you're catching everybody's leftovers.
Like I just ran the Suburban through the car wash when I ran to drop something off for Carly. I ran to the Bluebird. Oh, yeah. That is a lovely car wash. Very nice. Down the road very nice car wash down the street here. It's dead. They had 2 cars in the parking lot vacuuming. They hadn't run a single car through. While I was pulling in. And so I'm like, wow, I don't know how long. It's probably been 20 minutes. Sure. That's plenty of time. Those things still run water. Everything's clean. They probably have only done 5 cars or 10 cars or 20 cars this morning. So there's not a lot of cars going through it. If I'm picking the first sunny Saturday and I'm going in line and I'm in line with 150 other cars, then that's the day that damage is going to happen. Right. That's the day that the car wash is going to destroy my car. Yeah. Because there's all the people going through and they're stacking them so that there's almost no reset or proper rinse of equipment, so to speak. So I think I just try to think of it from the standpoint of it doesn't matter because it's going to be any car wash regardless. Yeah. You're right in that there's less friction, but it's going to be the right day because you could go through a touch-free wash, but you're in the touch-free wash and you just went in after the mud truck went in. Yeah. And now you're driving through all the mud and gross stuff that's on the ground that didn't get rinsed out or cleaned out. And then you're going to drive off and drive out and you're going to get mud on your vehicle even though you didn't go off-road. Yeah. And you're going to come and be like, oh, man, you're going to run it through again or whatever. The point is I look at how they're going to care for it. I try to limit the amount of washing, and I try to make sure that they're as happy as they can be. No, so Hans saying hello, happy Friday Eve from the UK this time. Hans is at a detailer summit. Yes, he's with Leather Repair Company.
Nice. That's awesome.
Doing a little group hangout chat.
You're doing a talk, yeah.
Discussions. Got a bunch of detailers together. He's even got the IDA and all that stuff for over there. Super cool. I've been seeing some of the pictures he's been posting. Nice. So awesome, Hans. Congrats,
Hans. All right. Then we got Super Auto here saying, any chance of an Ultra Sponge with TRC Ultra Blue on one side and black on the other side?
Unfortunately not.
I doubt it.
Yeah. The hard part is the blue that is stocked is not a very good foam. So it's a very stiff, rough foam. So it might cause some scratching or marring.
The foam on this particular sponge is really important that it be that foam and not some other foam.
I mean, there's always different ways to color foam.
Yeah.
It's just this particular. Honestly, the thing
good
is too
stuff.
the ultra blue. If we were to go with ultra blue on one side, then everybody's going to complain that their sponge looks dirty after cleaning their dirty car, and they're going to go, "It looks dirty," and we go, "It's a sponge. It's supposed to get dirty." And
But
they
the
go,
point is, like, this is going to be, like it says, the
all
Ultra
same.
Safe sponge. It's the safest one you can use on your car.
Yeah, correct.
All right. Then we got Neil here. Dane, huge detailing question for you. How many times are you going to see Dude 2? I'm going to go see it this weekend.
Are you?
My
Nice.
family wants to go, or at least Corey wants to go, and they were talking about it. So I know I'll go see it this weekend.
You going to take the F
So
type?
are you a Atreides or
I
Harkonnen?
What's that?
Are you an Atreides or a Harkonnen?
You know,
your
the
house?
Harkonnens are kind of wild, but, I'll go Atreides.
I'm a
I
Florence.
don't really
I'm a
give it
Florence
too much
Pugh.
thought.
You like a Florence
Oh,
Pugh
okay. That's where
person?
he's going.
Yeah.
Or the Fremen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be on the same team.
Okay.
Moving on.
Thank you for keeping it on topic, Neil. Really appreciate that.
Simon Birch says, "Oh boy, leap day. Had a guy at work say, 'Oh, this car doesn't need service for another 4 years.'"
Good one there.
Good dad joke.
buddy.
I like that. Mike Zupa Toscano says, "Need more of those
I
blackout
love Zupas.
T-shirts."
Cafe Zupas.
Yeah.
Mike Cafe
Place.
Zupas.
Cafe Zupas.
Yeah. As far as more of those blackout
Zupacanos.
T-shirts, I'm guessing, are you saying that because we don't have your size, or what's the
I think he
deal
just
there?
likes them.
Or he just likes them. That's also
Yeah.
possible. I thought he was making commentary like, you need more of those because you don't have the one I want.
Simon Birch says we need a red FTW and a black 1500.
Now he keeps asking for those, and he's going to keep asking for those for a
they
very
happen.
long time. They're not happening.
it's worth a shot.
Anytime soon. I won't say
worth a
never,
shot.
because it's always worth asking. But
Yep. Remember, you miss 50% of the shots you don't take.
that's right.
True that,
And
Levi.
those are literally the colors that
Yeah.
you try and avoid making a towel in for obvious reasons.
Frost 732 saying he's 79 degrees in Phoenix.
Ooh,
And
toasty.
Super Auto saying, Anthony,
a
what's the
dry
name of the Brooks you had on in that pic from your Florida trip? They said that they are your faves.
So those are the Ghost 15s that are currently out right now, I believe. And those ones
Great
are
shoes.
they just have camo on the bottom of them. So they're like dark gray with like a camo on the bottom. Those are great shoes. They're awesome. Those have probably been my favorite I've owned up to this point. I think that these new ones are going to be
When it comes to
like
Brooks,
those?
the
Sweet
Ghost
ones.
is always like the happy medium.
yeah,
They're
the Ghost is
extremely
the
comfortable.
flagship.
They look good.
it's a good
like,
it's a good one to get your foot in the door.
Yep,
they're lightweight.
exactly. Because you can go up or down on the Ghost, right?
Yeah.
So just like a soap, like a GSF.
Yeah.
That's like the Ghost, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to go a little more, cushy, you go towards the glycerin. You want
Right.
to go a little stiffer, you go towards the adrenaline,
Yeah.
right? You kind of
Or
move
like
back
the
and
launch
forth.
and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like where it gets lighter.
Well, farther down
and
you
tighter.
get you go with go to the Hyperions where they're
Oh.
more towards the squish side, but they're more lighter, more delicate.
Right. They
So-
feel like wearing cleats
Yeah.
almost. But
Or you go
without
down to the
actual
Revels and the
cleats.
Traces, which are a little more durable, a little more stiffer.
Or Calderas, like my hiking
There's
shoes
a whole.
are.
I mean, there's a lot of variety
It's a wide
of
range.
Brooks running
Go to
shoes.
Brooks.com and check out your
Brooks
Brooks. Take the
running.
test today. Find out what your feet like.
Yeah.
Joey Belinsky, Levi,
Nice.
we are surgically enhanced.
There you go. Sounds cooler,
And then
Hans.
I'm at the Detailing Summit this week. It's hosted by the Leather Repair Company. Seen and learned a lot during this week. Tomorrow will be another day about leather, so I can refresh the leather care and repairs.
Nice,
All
Hans.
Michael
Bam.
Kaufman says, I bought the new Ultra brush, a little smaller than I expected, and the Ultra Utility brush seems softer. Michael, you're wrong.
Yeah, Michael, I don't know what to say other than yes, I agree, Levi, you're wrong. So yeah, the Ultra Utility, the new Ultra brush is smaller.
It is smaller.
So
It was
before
designed
you-
that way.
Before you
On
judge
purpose.
it, use it
Yeah.
because what we
It's not
find,
about the size of the brush in the package. It's about how you use it.
Well, here in the US of A, all of our brushes are quite big.
They are.
All
They're
of
like
them-
comically big. They're designed for RVs
like
and
we
trucks
get
and
a
stuff.
wheel brush, and I go, it's a wheel brush that can't get between the spokes.
Yeah.
Can't fit. Yeah.
Doesn't do anything
lot of
other
modern
than
car
get
wheels just
the face
no
the face of the wheel. This is a brush that's a little bit smaller, but designed to be able to get into the nooks and crannies, and it's something that I genuinely think is going to be more useful for more things than just a standardized wheel face brush.
Yeah.
So, and then the Ultra Utility Brush, is not softer. It's actually the
bristles are the same. In case you're wondering,
they
are, but we did a different thing for the Ultra Wheel and Body Brush to the bristles to make them softer than the Ultra Utility Brush, and I will tell you
what you may be feeling.
You don't know how long it took Anthony and I to figure that out.
What you may be thinking is that there's more density on the
because it's stiffer feeling.
on the new brush. There's more density, and that's why it probably feels.
If someone could
soft.
bring us a brush, that would be great.
No, we don't need a brush. It's okay.
I'd like to talk about it a little bit.
If you really want to test it, you can always do a side-by-side comparison on a practice panel, something like that. But rest assured, the new Ultra Brush is in fact
the reason it feels
soft.
stiffer is on the wheel and tire brush. Every row is an opposite implantation, so to speak. So the bristles run at a different angle every row. And so that's why it feels just a little stiffer than, say, the Ultra Utility Brush. But in terms of softness, the bristles are actually softer.
It's meant to make it properly agitate whether you're going in or out. You're getting the same effect either way, which makes it more effective overall.
Yeah. Graham Marshall says, what does he say?
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody. Lads, long time no Q&A.
Graham, you're right.
It's been a lousy 5 months. Not been well. I'm sorry about that, dude. Weather has been atrocious and work has gone crazy. So who's going to Waxstock? Graham, I am so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I hope it gets better for you. Unfortunately,
you're going to give it bad news.
It's going to get even worse for you here.
No.
We're not going to Waxstock this year.
We're not going to Waxstock this year because we are going to be spending our efforts in the land of the schnitzels.
Yeah, we're gonna be going to Frankfurt for Auto Mechanica in September, and so our boss Jeff has said I would prefer that we spend more time in Germany, and so we're gonna have to give up our UK trip to handle that. So we have let John know he's actually going to try and. He was saying he wanted to come to Frankfurt, spend a little more time,
and that'll be nice
with us there.
Like a 3-hour flight for him.
Yeah.
It's an easy flight for him.
13 hours for us, or whatever, 12 hours.
Anthony didn't get to experience Frankfurt last time, so I'm looking forward to hearing his takes on some of the stuff.
They said, they were like, Anthony, you have to come here. You have to eat the
You've
worst.
never been here to Germany, ever.
Not like that.
I
may have thought you went to Germany before.
I did the most German thing I could possibly do.
You think you did.
What I'm excited about is
it's gonna be truly.
Anthony's going to be wearing his lederhosen every day.
No,
and not look out of place.
Technically, the most German thing I could do is probably stand outside of some type of worst place or Frankfurter place.
Eating a delicious apfel.
Get some currywurst
and smoking a cigarette.
Yeah,
and I don't do that, but I mean that's how I'd probably feel pretty German.
Well, I'm just saying it's going to look pretty good. You're going to have those. You're going to have those glycerins on.
Yeah.
You're going to have You're going to have your lederhosen on. You're going to have your Rag Company SEMA shirt.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have like your Rag Company hat on backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have a cigarette in a hand.
Okay.
But you're also going to be holding a box of currywurst, and you're going to have your toothpick.
Yeah.
And you're going to be eating your currywurst standing outside.
While smoking.
Standing outside of the Messen Hall of Frankfurt for Auto Mechanica. And then you're going to switch sides so you can take a couple drags.
That's about as German as it gets, really.
And then before you go in, after you're done with your food and your cigarette, you're going to soak yourself in some cologne.
Ideally, yes. Ideally, a very high-end cologne.
So you're going to go stand back in the booth.
Probably Dior Sauvage,
well, and then
right?
end the night with some Apfelstrudel and a delicious hacksteak.
Yeah, some hack steak.
Yeah. No, this is the German way. I like everything you're saying here.
That's going to be good.
This is great.
Yeah, it'll be all right. So sorry about that, Graham. We really
tune into TRC SEMA and see all the fun stuff we got coming up.
Yes.
Neil White says, I cannot wait for TRC SEMA. Thank you. And then Umberto says, happy birthday, Levi. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Very nice. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. I don't want to miss anything here. There we go. Boom. Jamie the Cleaner.
Jamie says, don't forget about the hot halftime show wedged right in the middle there somewhere.
That's right.
For TRC SEMA. You got Jamie and Alex doing the cleaner cast during that week.
Arts and crafts.
That was a very popular segment.
Lots of fixes.
Yes, people enjoyed that a lot.
We have Tom.
Tom Broussard with a £5
super chat. Thank you. fine sir.
Says, hi, your podcast has kept me sane through the long drives from UK to Spain and back.
Wow.
So here's a small thank you. Plus, I want to see that race.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that.
We want to make that happen for you. And we're glad that
If we get there, we will make that race
we can keep you coming. So are you driving across the ocean, or how does that work exactly?
I mean, there's trains that they can take
Over the ocean, Dane?
under
No,
the
you can
ocean.
put your car on a
Under.
train. You can
I
put your car on a
know.
ferry.
There's this under ocean
You go
path that
under
you guys
the English
speak
Channel
of.
and
Channel.
you just
But he's saying that he's specifically driving.
You can also
so-
drive under the channel.
yeah. It's pretty cool.
It's a tunnel.
Is there gas stations under there?
tunnel.
So what if you do if you're running out of gas?
You gas up before you go down the tunnel. Just like remember when we drove through that thing when we were in Virginia?
Oh man, you
Yeah.
and
remember
I
that
said we're
pressure
driving
change?
into the ocean.
That
and
was-
your
guys.
ears are just like they
This is
won't
crazy.
finish popping.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That was a fun
And it was
time.
cold. Do you
Yeah.
know how cold it
It
was?
did get a
when we
lot
did?
chillier down there.
That's got to be freezing under there then.
Yeah.
How fun. That's a
Cool.
fun thing. I
Anyway,
like
Tom,
that.
tell us about your commute.
Yeah, Graham says to Hans Closen, that's not a surprise. Deciding if we're going to travel up this year.
Nice. And more happy B-days for Levi.
Thank you,
And
Berto.
Let's see. We got a little thing about after wax stock to travel. Let me make sure. Okay, I'm on to page 2 now because page 3, yes, that was
Yeah.
that. Oh, wait a second.
No, yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Simon Birch says, can someone explain to me? I'm 31 now. My body says I'm old, but I still see myself as 20. Is that normal?
Yes, that is normal.
Yes, Simon.
Yes.
Pretty much.
I still see myself as for some reason, 25 seems to be resonating
Really?
very well with me in
We
my
still
head.
kind of act that way
But
sometimes too. So
Dane,
it keeps you
yes,
youthful. It
in
keeps you-
27, between 25 and 27 is probably my mental age, maybe is what it is. But the thing is I if somebody were to ask me, hey, how old are you? I think I'd be quick to answer by saying somewhere around 31 is what I'd be like, I'm about 31.
No, you'd
But then
literally
I-
say somewhere around 30.
somewhere around 31. But I'm actually 34, and 33 sounded a lot younger than 34 for some reason.
34 is when it starts hitting. Like
And
it's just like,
it-
oh, that number. It's
35
kinda
I was talking to
feels
some
heavy.
people at
35 is
Mobile
gonna be
Tech.
like, crap. Yeah.
I was talking to some people at Mobile Tech, and I was speaking to a parent and their son.
Yeah.
And the parent goes, well, you're my age.
Yeah.
And I said, I am. And the son goes, how do you know that? You can't just assume that. He's probably closer to my age. And I asked the parent, and they said, I'm 50. And I asked the son, and they said, well, I'm like 22. And I said, I'm 40. I'll be 44 next month.
Yeah.
And like a kid goes, oh, man, I didn't think you were. I thought you were like in your late 20s. I said, thank you.
Well,
and then the parent said,
It's a mindset.
I'm sorry, you're not quite 50 yet. And I
Yeah.
said, that's okay.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting. Yeah, Simon.
Your body degrades over time, but your mind can be
31 to
as sharp as you
34
let it be.
goes pretty freaking quick.
Oh boy.
And David Boyce in here says, man, please. He says, Levi, I'm 64 and I'm retiring in May. We'll do some detailing on the side.
Do what makes you happy, man.
There you go, brother.
Stay
Appreciate
busy,
it. Yeah.
stay
My brother-in-law
active.
is 64.
Is he 64?
My brother-in-law Zane's 64 this
It's
year in
weird.
April.
It's strange to me because you know how there's some people you'll meet and actually the best example of this was when we met Jim White's coworker.
Yeah.
or not
Yeah,
coworker,
that
Terry.
was-
Terry.
Terry totally threw me for a
From
loop
back in the
when
day,
we
if
found
anybody
out his
watched
age.
White Details from back in the day, his name was Terry. And Terry,
Lovely guy.
We met
Terry would
him.
detail with him.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought Terry was I thought he was 40.
We all
late
thought he was.
40s,
Yeah.
early 50s maybe.
No,
Max,
dude.
maybe 48,
No,
50.
I thought he was 40. I thought he was 42 tops.
Okay.
Because when you see Jim, you're like, oh yeah, you figure Jim's age, and then you're like, oh, Terry's probably about
Because Jim is
same,
closer
right?
to younger than you.
He's
right?
younger than me.
Yeah.
He's the same age as Alan, I think. So
Okay.
mid-30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're just a little ahead of you.
It was just funny because when we met Terry, I'm like, oh my god, Terry probably 40-something years old.
Throw it in
he
And he
reverse.
was telling us
Terry.
about his 13-year-old kid.
about his 13-year-old daughter and all this, and then we go, how old are you? And then he's like, oh, I usually don't tell people my age, but what did he say?
He's he was 64 or something.
60-something, and we went
63
we went-
or 64.
we were-
He was the same age as your dad.
we
at the
were-
time.
I thought he was just straight up lying the
How
first
old's
time I heard.
How old's your dad?
He's born in '60, so There's 64.
So 64. So
Yeah.
this would have been a few years ago.
Yeah.
So he was like 62, 61, 62. And your dad literally goes, "You're the same age as me?"
And then he's
What
just
the
like,
hell?
Your dad was haunted by that.
Your dad was raging.
very confused.
Because Terry's like, I mean, Terry's literally like,
He's like, "You were lying."
capable of doing backflips and cartwheels, and Jeff is over here like falling asleep on the train, right?
Man likes his naps.
Yeah. So,
No, but it was one of those like, it was just, and it's not that your dad's not young at heart and
No, he is
and
very
fit.
young.
Oh, yeah.
Your dad does a lot, and he runs at a very high rate of energy.
He keeps himself
But
busy for sure.
The fact that Terry just looked 20 years
It
younger
just didn't calculate.
right off the bat.
it didn't.
It was one of those where it was like,
hearing that.
wait, what? It was like seeing like
It was
like
very-
someone who was a vampire.
So if you go
Like,
back and
right?
you look at those earlier
Just
White
immortal.
Details videos and you see Terry in there, just know that man's a lot older. Than
Yeah, that man was in his 60s, early 60s, starting out.
But wonderful guy.
okay, moving on here. We've got Simon Burke says, until I hear that horrible music that 18 to 20-year-olds hear.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Nice.
Hans says start doing some Tai Chi. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good
yeah?
idea. I told my wife I think I need to start doing some yoga.
No, dude.
Beard comb over.
My freaking Aunt Emily, right? She's God bless her. She's the most amazing person this entire world's ever seen, right? I love her. God, may she rest in peace. But
What?
she passed away many years ago.
Oh,
But
no.
I mean, she's my favorite person, literally ever. She did Tai Chi, right? She was like 88 years old, right? This woman was stand on one foot, right? Like with her arms in the air with these slow movements, with this freaking knife with like this tether thing on the back, right? And she would like do these like really like slow movements,
Like
right?
crane maneuver kind of things?
Crane movements.
Yeah.
So this lady was 88 years old, standing on like a platform on one foot, doing like crane style. I don't know how you
She
describe
thought
it.
she was an airbender or something.
She was
doing
Dane.
Tai Chi.
She was 88
yeah,
years
it's pretty
old,
awesome.
standing on one foot with
That's
with like a blade. And then she goes, Anthony, this keeps me young. And I go, sweet. So do you think you could like fight anybody, Aunt Emily? And she goes, I think I could handle myself, right? And I'm looking,
All right.
watching these very slow movements. I'm like, I don't know if
It's pretty slow.
it's pretty slow, but
That's not slow. That's
Tai Chi might be the
control.
answer to youth, though. I'm just saying.
That's true. You never
Yeah.
know.
If you're doing fast movements, you're twitchy, you're not in control. You do slow,
Yeah.
you show you can do that stuff ultra smooth, you're powerful.
It does. It
Yes.
just builds good
You're
muscle
powerful,
behavior.
powerful person.
Simon Birch says, try doing some exercise, but man, I'm horrible at it. Keeping up with it.
Right there with
Nice.
you, buddy.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
Mike Superdiscano says, PNS has 3 different APCs. Do you know what the differences are?
No, you're gonna have to name them.
Yeah. can
Are,
you tell
are
us-
you
We don't know
talking
which ones
about
you're talking
in the
about.
double black line or also
There's
including
none in
like
the
their
double
other
black
line?
line.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
There is the Chemtrol APC,
Yeah.
and then they have their professional line APCs. But just let us know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Moving on here, we've got page 2.
2. We're back to
3.
2. We're on 2 or
No,
3?
you're on 3.
I
no, you're right,
was
2.
on 3, but now we're
Yeah.
going to 2. Yes.
Let's
get
you
yourself-
get yourself a skull
Yeah.
shaver like I did.
Nice, I like
No.
that.
So I thought about it. I bought one. It didn't work.
Oh no.
So I returned it. What I have is a just normal shaver, and then I have a clipper, and then I have another shaver that I use. But went to plug in my clippers this morning, and they weren't working. So
Yeah.
it may be time to look at getting a skull shaver again.
Okay.
Simon Birch saying, why does the time feel so fast yet so slow when you're actually feeling the day?
Well, that is a question.
Are you feeling like Thursday may feel extremely long, but it's already 2 months into 2024?
So that's a
Yeah.
great question. One thing I was actually been thinking about lately
Time dilation?
is when you're tired at night and you're uncomfortable, not uncomfortable, but you are
Yeah.
you are comfortable, but you don't want to do anything that makes you uncomfortable, right? Like, so for example, going to the gym, going to the grocery store, doing things that involve you getting out of the house when you were like, maybe I don't really want to go anywhere, right?
Yeah, you start, especially in the winter. it's
Especially
hard.
in the wintertime, especially here in Idaho. I started thinking about it. I go, if you start forcing yourself to fit more into your day, even when it feels uncomfortable, will you feel like you've had a more prosperous week, month,
Yeah,
year,
I think so.
whatever it may be. So last night, right, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, dude, I got to go to the grocery store. Like, I got to get some stuff for the mornings, and I'm missing some stuff, and my wife hasn't had time to go. But I go, well, I already put my basketball shorts on. probably just going to sit on the couch and watch F1, right? And then I thought, why? I'm very much capable of putting my pants back on. And just putting and then slipping my shoes on or moccasins.
Just because you can, though, doesn't mean you will.
And driving to the store and going and doing this. And I thought to myself for a moment, I go, would I not feel like I accomplished more that day or got more out of my day? That was something that I pushed myself to do even when I didn't want to do it, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, if I start doing that more often, I'll tell you this right now, I'm not getting up early. I will never do that. So for the people that get up at 5 a.m., good, you can have it.
1,000% amen.
That's not my thing. But will I go to the grocery store at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning?
Sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
right? So I started thinking to myself, what things I can be doing, even in the wee hours of the night when my entire street's asleep, when it's when everybody's in bed doing whatever, like what are things I can be doing to get the most out of my day? That was one of those things I thought about. I don't know. I was just thinking, Dane, that's something that you could do, right? Do you want to be walking on your treadmill at midnight?
I mean, I certainly can, and I do sometimes.
But yeah, it's something that maybe you should consider.
It's what I've been doing.
Right? Do you want to be detailing at midnight?
No.
Well,
yes, just
good news.
responsibility.
I work every night till 9 o'clock on a car.
I'm sorry. Levi's like, guys, I am literally working detailing every night.
No.
Okay, well.
I literally finished last night. Like, Matt and I were laughing because we were working on that car last night, and we got done, and it was like 8:45, and he was like, wow, I can't believe it's already 8 o'clock. And I go, I know. It's nuts, almost 9. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's... we got it done, though. And I said, yeah, we did. Tonight we're going to wipe it down and pull all the tape.
So a better example I should have said.
But yeah, I'm at work till 9, but I stopped. I could have kept going.
Yeah.
But I stopped because I still want to be able to say goodnight to my children and have some time where I feel like I still have a night.
Well, here's a better example.
To hang out.
Instead of detailing, right?
Yeah.
Could you be organizing your shed?
100%.
Could you be in your shed ready?
Correct.
Could you be doing
if it's not cold outside?
Could you be doing a walkthrough of your trailer to make sure nobody's living in there?
Yeah, could do that.
You
too.
could. You could be doing plenty of different things, right? That might make your day feel a little bit more fulfilling, right?
Yeah, I could have a list. I've got a lot of soda boxes that I need to crush to put in the trash.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're just sitting outside, and the wind kicks up tonight.
Yeah.
And they're going to be all over the neighbors' yards.
Yeah, no, pick those up.
So part of me just wants to leave them because then I don't have to pick them up.
So I was thinking
That's
about
not
this.
the neighbors.
So
That'd be their problem.
if there's some
That's
things
not
that
how
you
that
can
should
do, right, that pushes you to get outside of your limits or pushes you to do something that maybe is more uncomfortable but gets you there, right? If there's something you can do that gets you to that point, is it worth doing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
It's freezing for me to go out at night to go pick up dog poop in my backyard. I don't want to do it, right? I get home from work, I got to go pick up dog crap. It's just destroying my lawn. But I go, it's cold. I don't really want to go out there. I have to put on a jacket and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought about it. I said, if I can justify buying a Milwaukee heated jacket,
Oh my
would
God.
I feel more comfortable picking up dog poop? Potentially. Now, that's really a stretch. But anyways, just things to think about to get more out of your day. Anyways, Simon says, like Thursday may feel extremely long, but it's already 2 months into 2024. Exactly. And then Grant Marshall says, I just realized I'm old enough to be Anthony's dad. There's actually quite a few people that listen that are old enough to be my father, technically.
Yep.
And you know what?
Detailing attracts a wide range of people. That's part of the beauty of it.
Yeah, I think that
You got everybody
any
from
age,
like 16-year-old kids all the way up to guys in their 70s and 80s doing it. So
technically, there's a few people here that I could be their dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Boyce says, here's my 2 cents. Life doesn't stand still for anybody.
That's right.
And a sad face.
That's right. So enjoy it while you can. Let's see. We've got
Page 1.
Page 2. Yes.
Page.
Let me make sure. Page 3. Yeah, page 2 is where we're at.
All right. Fazal saying, happy birthday, Levi. We actually share the same birth year, but I'm in December. Oh, nice, man.
Nice.
Fazal, are you? Which day is your birthday again? Was it the 12th?
And Carson Black with a great life advice for me and the under 20 club.
All right. Well, happy to help.
Yeah, Carson. Simon saying, I correct the PNS Terminator, being able to remove mild mold. I had a vehicle at work that had an excessive amount of water in it and had a small amount of visible mold. It smells perfect after the Terminator and Finisher, though. Yes, technically, even though it's not designed to be an anti-mold, it is a bioenzymatic cleaner.
Yeah.
And Finisher is hydrogen peroxide.
But I don't think it specifically promises that.
No, the two of them together do have the capacity to break down, and destroy bacteria and microorganisms, technically, because those enzymes are designed to eat and break protein chains. But the best way is you're cleaning, you're disinfecting, and then you are drying the vehicle properly.
Yeah.
That's how you get rid of the mold.
Yeah. All right. Actually, really quick here, we're going to jump. We're going to jump to another question. We're going to jump to another question here momentarily, but we have reached the 3:00 hour.
Yes.
And so what's going to happen
We'll get you
is
into
you're going
segues.
to hear a few messages from ourselves and our friends within the detailing industry. You're going to see a couple hype reels for TRCMA coming up, and you're going to get pumped and you're going to be motivated for the second half of
Get ready to throw those
Thursday.
questions in.
So be back here with more questions, and we will see you here momentarily.
Go ahead, get dirty. P&S Off-Road.
Holy cow! Wow! Dane, that was amazing!
Dane, I didn't know you could do any of that stuff.
Neither did I.
Wow.
Well, now that you're an actual bartender,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm thinking maybe whip us up some signature
Oh,
cocktails.
yeah.
I mean,
Dane, do it.
I mean, it's my first day, but let me see what I can whip up.
Nice.
Oh! What?
Jeez, Dane.
What?
Oh, my God.
Wow, Dane.
Dane.
For being your first day, it's pretty amazing. Looking for feedback. Let me know what you think.
Oh, my God. This stuff smells amazing.
Good, all right.
Well, Levi, Dane, cheers, man.
Cheers. Nice.
Bottoms up.
Cheers. Thanks, Dane. Oh my God! God, why are you spitting my drink up? I worked hard on that. What is in it? Is that polymers?
My mouth is encapsulating.
Why would you even know what polymers taste like?
Tastes like chemicals. Did you feed us chemicals?
What did you put in this? I made you a nice drink. Oh. These are supposed to be nice. Guys, that's my car!
What?
You hit my car. God, guys, if you didn't want the drinks, you could have just given them back to me or something.
Dane.
Are you seeing that shine over there? On the car.
Oh, my God. Dane, what did you put in that stuff?
What, in your drinks?
Yeah.
Some water and some Absolute.
Absolute vodka?
No? P&S Double Black Absolute Rinseless. What? Wait a minute. Are you trying to poison us?
Dane, did you just make us drink rinseless wash?
No, definitely didn't do that.
Absolute Rinseless Wash is not for oral or suppository consumption.
Looks pretty good.
It does, however, leave a hell of a clean and smooth surface on your vehicle.
Wow.
P&S Absolute Rinseless Wash. Mix responsibly.
Is that something? I mean, it's pretty good. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm kind of liking this.
Yeah.
So just don't drink it.
No.
Yeah,
let's make sure we don't drink it for the future.
But do put it on cars.
Yeah, it's good. It's for
Put
cars.
it on a car. Okay.
Not inside you.
Hello, everybody. This is Nate from the Rag Company. Today, I have YouTube video star and sensation Josh Brodel. He does some really great Saturday videos for us. What do you have to say?
Do I need to?
No, you just...
Oh. Thanks for having me, Nate.
Awesome, good, that's great. Why don't you talk in your videos?
Jimmy told me not to.
Really soft-spoken. All right. So we're coming at you with an event announcement called TRC SEMA, which is the Rag Company Media Access. That is just going to be... Are you pretty excited for that?
Oh, definitely. Super excited.
Looks like it's happening from April 1st to the 4th of 2024, Monday through Thursday. Do you think you got time for that? Your free time?
Yeah, I think I can get that on the schedule.
Or stream it. You can stream it. Yeah, anywhere you watch YouTube videos.
Oh, YouTube Live.
Look at that. The man just oozes detailing. We're looking forward for all those brands and everyone to show up, and just for the kids at home, just kind of wrap it up with a few words of wisdom for the detailing fanatics.
You guys definitely don't want to miss it.
Okay, thank you very much, and we'll see you there.
Hello, and welcome back to part 2, the second half of Q&A Thursday, right here at the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel. Now, if you're just joining us, you missed a pretty good in-depth conversation with some life advice, some interesting things about aging and all that. So, go and check out the first half later when this is all done. But for now, you're here with us. We'll get back into these questions. Is there anything you guys want to touch on before we do that?
No.
No,
I think we're good.
Okay. All right.
Actually, we got a sale going on.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's mention
sorry.
the
Head to
sale.
theragcompany.com to save 20% off almost everything, going from now until the 4th of March here. It's going to be one of the best sales of the year, obviously, 20% off.
Yes.
Be able to stock up on towels, chemicals, accessories, and more, and be ready to detail when detailing's ready for you, right?
That's right. That? Yeah, be ready to detail when detailing's ready for you, as they say.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
something
what
like
they
that.
say.
Yeah.
The other thing, go back to the website there,
okay.
Glenn.
Yeah.
Far right, TRC SEMA. If
Yes.
you notice right there on the top header of the Rag Company
right on
page,
the top menu.
you can click on that, and you guys can go check out and see the list of all the brands presenting at TRC SEMA this year,
Full schedule.
and the full schedule of when each brand is going to be presenting, so you do not miss out on the action.
It's like a save the date.
So check that out. There's probably some folks that you're very excited to see.
And there's an arrow on the right of each of those, so you can see the others presenting on that same day. So it's not just the one. You can actually cycle through them.
So check it out.
Yeah.
And make sure you don't miss a beat, and make sure you get ready to rock and roll for TRC SEMA coming in less than 30 days.
Yes.
True.
Wow.
David Boy,
actually,
so
31 days away.
So close.
David Boy says, Simon, I'd recommend Steam going over that mold spray 9 liquid, which has antibacterial and anti-mold spores killing capabilities. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right.
Simon says, I assume 9 Liquid is a brand. Sadly, my steamer Frock Karcher is out of action and can't justify $1,200 on a new when I barely use it. Simon, do they sell the McCullough $12.75 in your neck of the woods? If so, you should pick one up because they're great little tools.
Yep.
It's awesome for the price. It's only like $125 American, but it's a pretty rad little machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Felix Bouchard saying, have you ever seen a sponge get sticky and slimy if left in a bucket of rinseless? Yeah, Felix, usually
rinseless
though,
can do
sometimes
that.
there's something in there that you left inside. Just rinse your sponge out, use a little dish soap, wash it, rinse it out, squeeze it out, and let it dry. And then it should be good to go the next time you use it.
It's more often found when it's the used rinseless that you have dipped back into. It's less of an issue if it's totally fresh, clean, separate.
Well, what it is a lot of people will use like a APC or something on the paint, and then they'll wash. So they're mixing in some APC into it.
Yeah.
Or maybe they've sprayed another product on and they've gotten that on there. So it could be a lot of different things. that
it
mix
finds
in.
its way back in there.
But wash out the sponge, clean out the sponge, and then let it dry, and then put it back in.
That's best.
Antoine Armstrong says, hey guys, long time no talk.
Nice to see you.
I've been watching reruns in the garage during details. Questions, can I ceramic coat on top of Rupa's Advance? No.
It's one or the other.
You could polish Rupa's Advance and use a panel wipe product or use like some type of paint prep to remove the sealants and whatever, and then ceramic coat over the top of it. But at that point, you're better off just using normal polish.
It's almost like creating extra work
Advance
for yourself.
has a lot of ceramic in it.
Yeah.
And it's actually an extremely durable ceramic. So when you use it, you're basically installing a 1-year ceramic on the vehicle.
Yeah. And then from there, you can use toppers, but you wouldn't want to be putting another full-on coating over it.
David says, Simon Birch, yes, it is. It comes in a spray bottle, and I use a 1-to-1 ratio. It can be used on leather, fabric, vinyl, so many surfaces. Also a non-staining residue. Interesting.
Well, that's nice.
And then we've got Carson that says, Levi, when do you have openings? I have a PDR appointment next week, and I want to get the GR86 coated. Would need a light polish as well. Ooh.
Carson, looking in the middle of March.
That's not that far away. That's doable.
Not too bad. Couple weeks.
Yeah.
So.
Nice, Carson. Who do you have doing the PDR? There's only one answer.
Anthony.
And his name should start with an E.
Anthony.
No, I can't do a PDR.
Anthony.
I'm an amateur PDR specialist.
That's what
I can do the bare minimum of somewhat popping a dent out. Yes.
Well, you're trying.
Here we go.
Daytona
says, finally catching a live after many moons away.
Wow.
Been feeling a little detail burnout lately. Any recommendations on how to overcome it?
Figure out exactly what it is that's burning you out. So, as someone who's been doing this for 30 years, I'll tell you, I've felt it many, many times. And it's happened many, many times. Start to look at exactly what it is. Daytona, when I did it, it was my job. My actual job is how I got paid. And I had to figure out how best to enjoy the day. And you have to go back and go, is it the actual job itself? Is it the people I work with? Is it the environment? Is it the type of vehicles that I'm working on? And for me, it was the environment of the building that I was in. And that was when I started putting in earbuds. I never wore earbuds up until that point. And then I started listening to podcasts, shows, things like that I wanted to listen to. And I said, you know what? I don't need to listen to the employees complaining and whining and the folks that I was working with. I can just work and do my job and get my work done. Once I moved and started my own business, I got burned out on the fact that I had employees calling out sick, and I get frustrated because I had a lot of paperwork and a lot of office work that I had to do, but now I had to stop and I had to go into the detail shop and I had to detail cars to get us caught up, to make up for that. So it was the same kind of thing. It was like, all right, well then I'm going to spend a little money on myself, on products and tools that I'm going to keep in my space so that I can use. So if I do have to go out and work on something for an employee, I'm going to find the things that I want to work with. I'm going to pull out my polisher. I'm going to pull out, put on my gloves. I'm going to put on my stuff, my things that I enjoy using to try and make the most of a bad situation. And then in my house, in my garage where I'm detailing now, it's going, gosh, I really don't want to do a car this weekend. I'd love to have the weekend free. Well, what I try to do is I schedule it now to where I have the whole car for the whole weekend. And I tell customers, look, you drop it off Friday, or Saturday morning, and you pick it up Sunday evening. And then I have the whole weekend. So if I don't want to work on it on Saturday, I don't have to. I can work on it on Sunday and get it done just because I know I can do it in one day. And so I try to give myself the schedule more about, well, I want to be able to spend time with my kids. And having it for a whole weekend now means, well, if I'm going to work on it, I can work on it for 2 hours on Saturday and maybe 4 hours on Sunday, and I'm done. The car's finished and it's ready to be picked up. I can still have a Saturday and I can go do stuff with my family and I can work on my yard and I can do all those things. So a lot of it is just trying to figure out exactly what is the burnout that you're feeling and where's it coming from. Because for me, it was never about the job, the actual job of cleaning cars. It was always about extenuating circumstances outside of it. So I had to find reasons. And now that's why I listen to audiobooks. I love listening to audiobooks when I detail. So one time
What
I could
audiobooks do you listen to, Levi?
Oh, we know.
I finished all the Jack Reacher
Holy
series.
crap.
Every last one.
All the Jack Reachers.
How many books was that?
It was 27 books. It took me 2 years to do it. Listening to them every weekend. So that's one thing.
Reacher,
It's a lot of detailing.
Second, right now I'm listening to Warhammer Hell's Reach.
Ooh.
So Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
That's what I'm listening to. So I'm listening to that audiobook. I also started the new Star Wars Legends series. So I finished the first book of the Legends series, and I have the second one ready to go when I finish Warhammer.
Yeah.
But the point is, I like listening to that stuff, and now I'm listening to my stuff that I want to listen to, utilizing the tools that I want to in the space that I want to.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is just now where I'm at would just be my body's too tired
Yeah.
at that point.
Physical burnout.
Or mentally I'm not. So what do I do? Well, maybe I'll go for a walk. Maybe I'll go get a soda. The other thing is stop and go grab do not discount the rejuvenating powers of the local convenience store.
Choco Tacos.
Choco Tacos.
Giving yourself a little break.
Anthony Fisher. When he starts the detail, what do?
Get myself some gummies.
You go get yourself some gummies at the gas station.
Crack those things open. And I start the
Grab a
fermenting process.
grab a couple sodas.
Yeah.
Boy.
Whether they be maybe they're White Claw sodas
They're not White Claws.
or maybe they're Cascade Ices.
They're usually these. I like these little ice drinks. They're fun.
But that's what I'm saying. You get a couple of those.
I do things to make my environment comfortable.
Exactly.
And I have little things that make me happy.
Yeah.
I for example, I forget that I bought an extra bag of beef jerky, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Or no, actually no, I think my thing I usually got with those little turkey bites. They're actually called turkey bites.
Yeah, those
right?
guys.
Those. I'd always buy those and some gummies and all that and then set them aside. And then I eat my gummies and I forget. I go, oh man, I'm kind of hungry. And I look over, I see this bag of turkey bites. It's like it's glowing.
Yeah.
And I go, oh my God, I love those. And I start eating those and I'm rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Choco Tacos also do that as well.
So that's the thing though, is if I have a car to work on, I usually start by going to the gas station down the street, grabbing a large fountain drink, because it feels like, okay, I'm ready to go. Even if I had coffee, even if I had a soda, even if I had already eaten breakfast, it's the act of stepping away and coming back. Almost like resets your brain and
Some
you go,
people get nervous
okay, I'm
about
ready to
stepping
go.
away. They they get kind of like, well, if I step away, I'll slow down or I'll lose my
you have
spot.
you have to step away every once in a while for that.
That's good.
Maybe
It
it's
does
going,
a lot.
or if it's going to Starbucks or it's going to a coffee shop to grab a cup of coffee if you're doing it from home. But even at my shop, I would do that. If I couldn't get through that portion, I would tell Matt, hey dude, I'm going to run to the gas station and get a soda. And he's like, oh, get me a Dr. Pepper. And
Sometimes you just need to break
I
up.
just needed to leave, go get a fountain
mental
drink,
feed.
come back, and I'm ready to rock and roll and load up a podcast or whatever I'm listening to. I can get going again. So it happens to every
like a
single
system reboot.
It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
It's the same reason Dane goes to Express Cafe on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's my little treat for the week, and it's kind of like a little factory reset, just a little.
You're ready for the next work
Every
week.
time he has a homemade or a handmade cake donut, right?
Yeah.
It refills his serotonin levels.
Yeah, but it's no different. And the thing is that I think a lot of us as detailers forget is that because detailing in its nature is monotonous.
Yes.
It is monotonous.
Super repetitive.
You go through, you're doing the exact same things on every single car every single time. if you haven't learned or figured out how to live in that Zen space of what is basically pure meditation, you are teaching your body, your brain, to do a task so that the other side of you can relax. If you have not gotten there and that other part of your brain is still talking and still making noise,
It's like a wall you break through.
that's where you hit that spot
Yeah.
where you go, I just can't do this anymore.
Or you hit the wall.
Or you hit the wall and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't do this. And that's that mental burnout where you're like, man, I just don't want to do this anymore. Because you haven't been able to fully relax in the job. But there's a position in detailing a vehicle that you can get to. And it's a flow state, and it's learning it. And the biggest, easiest way to learn that is to have an SOP. Is to have a standard operating procedure on every single car, working it exactly the same way every single time. And if you're not doing it, you need to do that. And that's something that you can get. Literally Google Levi Gates standard operating procedure or Levi Gates SOP, and it will pull it up for you on Google. It's on our website, and you can pull that, use it, and follow it. And I guarantee doing it that way will help you just focus a little more of your brain into just doing the job so that the rest of you can chill out and think, or listen to an audiobook, or listen to a movie, or whatever you want to do, listen to your music and just chill. But it's also finding the things. Make your environment comfortable. If it's putting headphones in, if it's going to get a snack, if it's having the right type of tools and equipment for yourself, do it. My boss wasn't buying the tools that I needed, so I bought the tools that I wanted.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Right?
Reduce
All
the
right.
distractions where you can.
There you
Hans
go.
Closen says, I was even a speaker. I was even a speaker talking about mental health.
Yeah.
It was scary at first, but I got some deep conversations going.
That's great.
Hans,
Good job,
we're very
Hans.
proud of you.
No,
It's
congrats,
amazing.
Hans. That's awesome.
In Focus Photography says,
Yes.
got my new Ultra Wheel and Body, and Rippin' Rags was in the middle of a wheel off clean, got 2 done, and had to take a break before doing the other 2. 45 seems to be catching up to me.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fred Shambrovich saying, hey, everybody. JB for TRC Grand Ambassador 2023.
Oh, yeah.
The Jablinski.
The
Yeah,
Jablinski
but,
for this year's.
I was
But
gonna
it's
say, that's
for
the
next
wrong
year,
year,
2024.
Yeah. Mike
flip
Superdiscano
it.
says, on the blackout shirts, my size is sold out.
No,
Mike,
darn
oh
it,
no,
man.
I'm
See, that's
sorry
what I
about
thought he
that.
was saying. Okay.
Dang it, man.
That was the
Sorry
case.
about that.
Sorry about that.
And then Simon Birch says, well, I have a semi-pink gauntlet. I should probably try wash my FTWs with 1500s.
Yeah, you did.
Now you got him homebrewing towel
Yeah.
colors.
There you go. Hans Closen says, Simon, on eBay, those pink gauntlet will sell a lot. Sell a lot of dough, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Hans will buy them.
Mike saying, thanks for the clarification. I'll be using it either way. Andy says, acid. I love it, but I'm also scared of it.
As
From
you
farm
should
truck
be.
fender wells to mom van hard water stains, just want to pick y'all's brains on the subjects of do's, don'ts, dilutions, etc. of acid. So if you're using, we'll just take, for instance, a standard wheel acid that you can pick up from Mark V, from a number of different, McGuire's makes a wheel acid. 1 to 20 or 1 to 10. 1 to 20 is a good way to start. Never spray it on glass. Never spray it on a wheel unless you know that the wheel is solid chrome or just raw metal. Never spray it on glass unless you've practiced on glass, and you spray from the bottom up with glass. You never spray top down because as the acid runs down, it burns a channel in the glass. So you spray bottom up so that way you coat the glass properly. Always wear a respirator or a dust mask on it because it's going to burn your lungs like crazy. Always wear eye protection because it's going to burn your eyes. And make sure you wear gloves because once you get it on your skin, you are going to have a burn that's going to last for probably 8 weeks to 12 weeks on your skin.
And some
So-
acids go right through your skin and attack your bones. So that's fun. too.
All acids, regardless of the dilution,
Yeah.
We'll try to kill you.
will
Yeah.
hit your bones. So
It ain't good for you. Know that much.
yeah, it's what it does. So that's
But
it.
they are amazing when
But they
work.
clean well when they
quite
work.
effective.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
smoke! They are
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal.
When used strategically.
John at Clean and Shiny says, "Evening, gents. It's been a minute since I've been on here. Hope you are
Welcome.
all well.
Thank you, John.
John,
Welcome,
I
John.
am excited for you, and I'm excited for that event that you have coming up. Right? I don't know if you saw these.
I didn't.
He's going to an event, I believe, in March. Right? This really, I believe it's just a car meet. But Amanda said that he should probably write that down in his journal.
Oh.
You know, and I thought it was just the funniest thing. And so, anyways." I
Nice.
hope you have
Love
fun, John.
That's awesome.
I sometimes I look at the environment that they have over there in the UK, and I think like that's a cool car meet
like a
spot,
good
right?
Like, car enthusiasm is strong.
Like the car
in the
enthusiasm
UK.
is strong, but like there's certain places that will have meets and spots that they will meet up at. And I go, that's pretty cool. Like that's a cool spot to meet up for some cool pictures and whatnot. Yeah, if
Very
only the sun was out
picturesque.
more, right? Just
But when it is, it's lovely.
when it is lovely.
Yeah.
Hans Closen says, "What? No wax stock? Dang it, Hans!
Sorry,
I know.
Hans. I know we're bummed. Sorry
Hans,
about that,
listen, I wanted to eat breakfast with you every morning there. I wanted to have a proper English breakfast. I wanted to. What's it called up there? The breakfast spot.
The full English.
I don't remember the name of the restaurant.
Are you talking
The
about
Faraday's.
Faraday's? Faraday.
Yeah, like a Faraday cage.
Faraday's.
Faraday's.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
Faraday's. Yeah. I wanted to have breakfast with you up there, Hans. It's a great time, but
Yeah.
it just won't be happening this year. But we will see you at Auto Mechanica if you go.
Yes.
Super Auto. Hey Dane, did you pass along my idea from the episode you did with Jamie the Cleaner and Alex? A round applicator with a pocket and pro weave and no soak between each side. All three of you seem to like that. No,
That's right. I didn't pass
He
that
didn't
along.
do
My
that.
bad. I dropped the ball on that one, man. Oh,
I like that idea though.
bad.
I
It's
will,
a good idea.
I'm gonna run it by the guys.
yeah.
Hans says Dior sausage. Precisely.
Dior sausage.
Yeah, Dior Sauvage is
But no,
sausage.
if you say sausage like sausage, it really goes a long way to make it sound nice. But it smells like grilled.
Simon Birch says, I thought one wash with 1500 being alone was sufficient. I was wrong. I'll take some more 1500s out from the inventory so I don't make more pink gauntlets. There you go. Tom Brassard saying, I take the ferry to North France and I drive to Madrid. It's just me and the dog. That's awesome,
great.
Tom.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's the kind of Dane kind of driving.
That
stuff
that
he's
sounds like
looking for.
exactly what I'd like to do. So Tom, thumbs up.
And then Al says he's looking forward to being 40-20 this October.
Ooh,
Nice.
Congrats. Then Ron Ayo saying, good afternoon, everybody. What's up, Ron?
good afternoon.
Ron.
Nice
And then,
to see you here. Everybody saying hello to
everybody
Ron
saying hello.
and back and forth. And that was page 3, was it not? Yes, it
Yep.
was. So we're on page 2. Again, we keep going between page 2 and 3.
Then Graham says, I'm going to be on holiday the week of TRC SEMA.
Oh,
And the channel tunnel is
Well.
for trains only, which can carry cars. So, Graham, that's fine. You can watch TRCMA wherever you are just by looking it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
does anybody call it the channel?
Han says, I've seen a 93-year-old Japanese guy doing a very slow Tai Chi. The slower you can balance the move, the
That's
harder
what
it
I'm
is.
saying.
I
The
can
slower
imagine.
you go, the more
Yeah.
powerful you are, because to manage that balance perfectly
And,
as you
and you
adjust.
concentrate that energy, Dane, and then you turn that into a punch or a kick, and you can kick somebody across the room.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's awesome.
Serious.
All right. Then we got
Super Auto says, "Oh, Anthony, talk of your aunt reminded me. Have y'all three watched Warrior on Netflix? Originally a Cinemax series.
No,
I
I
love
haven't
that
yet.
series, and I recommended it to these guys 3 years ago.
No, I haven't seen
And
it.
I love that show.
I may have to watch it.
It's a good time.
What's it about?
Basically, it is an original story that Bruce Lee wanted to make back in the 70s, but it never got made because he died, and he just had this whole thing planned out. It eventually became Kung Fu with David Carradine, but it wasn't quite the original story, but it took some ideas from it. And, of course, white guy playing it. The whole thing was just like a little off. So, like, Bruce Lee wanted it to be a thing for his
didn't know
character.
all
So,
that.
basically, this guy who's doing it now, excellent. Like the acting can be a little cheesy at times, but I think the story is fun and the action in it, the actual stunt work, super good. That's probably like for these kinds of shows, if you're like measuring levels of like where stuff's at, the stunt work beats the pants off of most other shows. It's that good and it's convincing.
There's-
really, really solid.
That sounds pretty good.
Whereas
There-
the acting is kind of like it's in the middle, sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower.
I saw the new Netflix film that was being promoted on Netflix. It was the one about It's like it's in the future, some dystopian future, something like that, where people have powers, but there's like
not the Rebel Moon thing, is it?
not Rebel Moon. I don't know if it's a dystopian future, but basically there's like some of the population, a percentage of the population has powers, and these people are getting hunted or something
Wonka.
or whatever it is.
The new Wonka
No,
movie.
it's not. It's not the new.
I saw it last week with Augie.
It is not the new Willy Wonka.
He's being
movie.
hunted
No,
for his powers.
It's not. It's something else. I just don't know what the heck
Not only
it's
is he
called.
hunted by the police,
Like, it was just
also hunted
seeing
by
it.
Oompa Loompas.
So it has,
Wonka, I'm telling you.
I swear it's not Wonka.
We'll remember it when this is over. But I will say, Warrior, originally founded on Max, HBO, all that. However, they just recently brought it onto Netflix. So if you got Netflix, you can find it.
Yeah,
there
I saw. I was looking at that, and Tokyo Vice is a new show to start.
Oh yeah, I watched Tokyo Vice.
but
Also
haven't
very
started.
good. More serious, kind of more
Yeah.
of a Michael Mann kind of feeling thing. But I'll say Warrior is like just a fun journey kind of
Okay.
show. San Francisco in the late 1800s with gang warfare.
Oh,
It's
I
pretty
like
cool.
that. Oh, I like
Yeah.
that.
So you'd enjoy it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bearded Hunter says, hey, everybody.
What's up,
We're
dude?
excited to have Hunter here at
Hey.
TRC SEMA. His flight is booked, and he'll be joining us.
Choose his hotel. His
Bringing
hotel's
along
booked,
his
too.
wonderful smile. Roneo saying hello. And we have JP Morgan saying, $1,000 wager. Who would win in a fight in hand-to-hand combat? John Wick or Jack Reach?
It's not Reacher, just Jack Reached. There's some guy named Jack Reached out there.
I would say Jack Reacher, break him.
Dude,
if he could
John
get his
Wick,
hands on
Wick
it.
is
neither,
so
but both of them are
fast.
unstoppable.
It's
John
true.
Wick is
They
fast.
keep getting knocked down.
but Jack
like,
Reacher's been shot so many times, and he still keeps moving.
But John Wick, man.
John
if you,
Wick has probably been shot more times than
okay.
Jack Reacher.
Have
True,
either
they
you guys
both
watched? Have either you guys watched the fourth John Wick movie?
Yes, Dane,
No.
I watched it.
Then you know.
Yeah,
Because the second one was horrible.
It was not. It was great.
Second one
But
was
you watched
great.
the second one before watching the first one, which
First
is
one
just like
was
should be a
great.
crime.
Yeah, there was no context to what that story
Yes.
was about.
And so your non-enjoyment of that movie is purely on you. And I will take that to my dying breath that you made a mistake not watching the first one
John
first.
Wick 2
Because the
and
first
not
one
be lost.
is already an action classic.
All right, I'd say fists, no guns,
Okay. Fist to fist combat. I
hand-to-hand
mean,
combat.
Yeah, hand to hand. Reacher.
Jack
might
Reacher's
take
been
it.
fighting since he was a child.
Yeah, but John
He's been
John
using
Wick.
his strength for good.
John Wick is so scrappy. Like he.
No,
can-
he doesn't stop.
He just relentless.
yeah,
But
like
neither
I
does
feel,
Jack
I feel like
Reacher.
I know, but I feel like
feel
John
like they
Wick,
have
power behind the hits from
dislocated
Reacher.
jaws.
I feel like John Wick could take such a beating that like Jack would start to get tired out.
No, he doesn't get tired.
No, he would get
He
tired.
wouldn't though. That's the thing. He doesn't work out. That's how his body is naturally.
So here's how
This is an
he's
unstoppable
superhuman.
force
So
meeting
John
an
Wick-
immovable object.
John
Yeah.
Wick would already be able to find Jack Reacher's weakness, and you know what that weakness would be? Right? It'd be something you would never even think of.
Some crazy
Pie.
little like
No.
Vulcan pinch.
No,
pie.
John Wick would grab the
piece of pie.
toothbrush out of Jack
shit.
Reacher's
Oh, yep.
shirt or pocket and stab him and kill him with it. And like that's straight up what would happen.
That is what would happen.
Wick
And
would
people
do
would be
that.
like, "Holy crap, we didn't see that!" And then
Yeah.
the death of Jack Reacher would be because of this toothbrush.
But actually, what would
Crazy.
happen is he would stab him, but Jack Reacher would reach his hand around his neck
Yeah.
and choke him. So as he's dying, it's just going to be a question of which one passes out first.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
out, the old Jack Reach around. All right, moving
Oh
on.
my
We got
God,
Bearded
Dane.
Hunter here. Hey, Ron. Nice to see you there. And David Cervantes saying, sorry I'm late, guys. Happy Friday Eve. Welcome to the show, David. Thank you for joining us, even if it is a little on the late side.
Nice.
Superado?
Have you three watched the new Reacher Light tracker on CBS? No, but I saw the
No.
preview during the Super Bowl, and I
Interesting.
said, this seems like Jack,
You're like, this is
just like a poor man's Jack Reacher.
It's Reacher. Oh, no.
And then JP says John Wick gets the cordless tornador gun, and Jack Reacher with an extended utility brush.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
Jack Reacher loves his brushes, so. It's
Tom Broussard, any advice for a spray-on rinse-off sealant for finishing a wash on a rainy day? Something that doesn't need toweling, maybe. Glatt from Stjarnaglas is great.
Good stuff.
What is it? From G-Technic.
Easy Coat.
Easy Coat.
Oh, Easy Coat's awesome,
Easy
too.
Coat.
Easy Coat. Very
EC.
simple.
There's a C.
Yeah. It's really good.
Right there in the name.
And then
Fazal?
Fazal says, Anthony, I'm an Xmas baby. Wow. By the way, now getting in sim racing, but my rig is nowhere as nice as yours. Fazal, I'm very excited for you.
Everybody
as a fellow
starts
sim
somewhere.
racer.
Why
have
haven't you
fun
started
with
a
it.
league
Yeah.
with a team?
I need to start a team. What I need?
Yeah,
what
you
I-
can become your own
what I would
Gunther
like to do
Steiner,
is
and you
have-
can run a team of
I wanna-
mediocre racers.
Friends from around the globe.
Good losers. We're just great at losing.
Really, really good racers.
I need like a server or something like that, or maybe do something like that. That'd be fun. No, it's awesome, man. I'm happy. I think it's a really fun hobby and something that you can enjoy, especially during the winter months. Christmas baby though, that's awesome.
It keeps you from buying more cars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Me,
fine
it
line.
does, yeah. Stillie's Mobile Detailing says that absolute commercial should have been aired during the Super Bowl. We agree.
Glad somebody thinks so.
And then Simon says, we need an absolute drink that is for oral consumption. And then,
I mean, it smells like it should be a pretty
everybody
good
saying
drink.
hello.
Yep.
And Umberto saying, at least he spoke with me at MTE.
Yeah.
He did. Is there going to be a TRC SEMA sale? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh McKay saying, good afternoon, everyone. Jojo Crawdaddy saying, what's up, fellas? How you doing?
Hello, hello. And that was all page 2. So now we're on to page 1. Guys, get those
Josh
comments, get those
McKay,
questions
sale just in time for my
here
birthday. There
before
you
it's too
go,
late.
Josh. And then Ron, ever have a car that looks swirl-free in bright sun, but you can see swirls under fluorescent lighting? Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a remedy or is there a reason
No,
why?
that's it.
It just is.
And then Carson answering his own question.
Oh,
Who is it, Anthony, for PDR? I think it's Eric at Carmetic.
That is the answer.
That's the
Eric
one.
is my boy. So next week when you see him, I think he's just gonna come to Larry Miller, I'm assuming, but just tell him that Anthony says hi and that I miss him.
Oh.
And I need to get some more dents here soon so he can come work on my
does
stuff.
a great job.
Stillies says Daytona. I'll tell you what's burning me out. Frickin' winter and rain, putting me on food stamps, unemployment, and Medi-Cal.
Ooh.
Blah blah blah, or f this, blah blah blah. I'm one mortgage payment away from attending truck driver's school, or moving to Idaho and working in shipping for Jeff and wife. That's
Well,
awesome.
No, you're always welcome here, brother.
You're always welcome, but
Stop
you
by
should
and say hi.
be a dude. If you've ever been into truck driving, think truck driving.
People who make
is-
that move, the ones who truly embrace it, seem to enjoy it.
They seem to enjoy it, and I think the money's really good. I think it could be definitely a fun thing to do, especially if you like driving. Dane, I could see him being a truck driver.
Oh yeah, there's a part where definitely in
Well,
another
Papa
life I was a
Chrome.
long haul truck driver.
Papa
I'm sure.
Chrome, long haul truck driver.
Give me those podcasts and just long drives with the dog in the passenger seat, and I'm happy to just
And the
go.
hula girl on the deck.
Yeah.
But that's a job you and Liz
So-
could do.
Yeah.
Dane
roll
would
the-
create an environment in that truck cab in which he would be truly happy.
Yeah.
It would be comfy.
Like
it would
like,
be very
like
comfy.
he would have his dipping sauce things for
Yep.
his nuggies up front. He would have his drinks, his cooler.
He'd have Callie and Sassy.
But what he doesn't need
truck.
in that truck is a bathroom, though. He doesn't
what?
require that. 'cause
Well,
he
if
goes-
I'm in editing
they'd,
mode.
Yeah.
they'd pull over.
yeah.
But my truck would be a transformer so that I could fit into drive-throughs. It would break into a smaller vehicle that I could then drive
Dang,
through
that's
drive-throughs
unrealistic.
without
It's
having to worry
It's
about
unrealistic.
you
We need to have a
crunching
more
stuff.
realistic vision about this.
Well,
And
those low overhangs.
No, what you would be
making it
doing is
possible.
you'd be telling Liz, I'm going to drop you off here, you grab some food while I pull up, and I'm going to be filling the tanks.
So what I want to know
Ooh, I have a
is
little K truck attached.
my
to the
only
back.
You
seriously
could, or a bicycle.
My
Yeah.
only concern would, as being a truck driver doing long distance trucking,
Yeah.
would be a bathroom situation, right? So I would like
That's
to know,
very doable, though.
do they make cabs? I have no idea anything about
No,
truck
you
driving.
could get a cassette toilet.
Sleeper cabs
No.
with a cassette toilet, totally possible.
Yeah, they make sleeper cabs with a cassette toilet.
like
Yeah.
you would have in an RV.
It's like
Yeah,
an
yeah,
RV.
You would poop in a box. It's like a poop.
You're like a
suitcase.
cat. It's a litter box.
well, I don't want to. Okay. Do they don't have an RV style like flushable?
You flushes.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
got some
cassette.
water in it,
Yeah.
but it's
You
a
know
poop,
what I'm saying?
Yes, it's a poop suitcase.
It's
Called a groover.
That's disgusting, and I don't want that.
But it's
I-
like what they
It's a
use
cassette.
on boats.
It's what they
use.
It's what they use on like a tent trailer. It's a cassette toilet,
Yes.
and so it sits in the cabinet, and you slide it out, and you sit on it. And you do your business.
No matter how
you
nice
flush.
it may seem in an RV, it's basically just
It's
that.
literally
No, okay.
that. But then it's got a container on the back that you then take and you go dump.
It's a moving vehicle. It can't have in-ground plumbing, dude.
Okay, Dane.
It
Because
can.
I see where his head's going, and I'm like, yeah, and then it won't move.
No,
it's
I
a different thing.
I
It's a
want it
different
to
type
be
of vehicle.
like a plane. I want it to be.
That's what it is.
Well, you're not
Once-
flying. You can't just drop an ice ball in some part of the ocean. Like, that's not...
I mean, I'm not driving in the ocean.
But
I
it's
mean,
the same thing. It's a door that is
Yeah.
closed that you are sitting on, and then when you flush, it opens the door and the stuff falls through.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that in general, I would like to have like I would instead of having
the famous Dave Matthews tour bus
because they have
incident.
not full size beds back there. They have twins or whatever the heck it
It's
is.
like a twin
I
mattress,
would rather
but,
have a smaller bed to sleep on, but have the amenity and luxury of having a flushable bathroom. I want a bathroom is what I want.
Okay.
If-
Let's
if-
do some research on that.
I don't want to shower with other people
Let's see
at
what
a
other
truck
companies
stop,
have.
and I don't want to go to the bathroom with the people at a truck
Just know
stop.
that you'd be having to add a holding tank for water, gray water, and black water.
Worth it
You find
all
him
day, every day.
One of those long sleeper cab car
we could do
carrier
it.
style ones with basically a block RV on the back of the truck.
How much are you
willing
willing to wager
It's doable.
on your house?
Me
for
and
this?
you have
That's like a
talked.
race
Me and
team
you have
truck.
talked about buying cabs.
Yeah.
That have like a couple million miles on them for like
Yeah.
15,000,
Right, yeah,
and driving to
couple
work in
semis,
them
just for
We-
fun.
We've talked about
Yeah.
picking up a couple of these
efficient
Old
They're-
semis.
and just drive to work in them. No
Yeah.
trailer on the back or anything, just
Yeah.
cruise. And
go through like 26 gear changes.
and you know there's and I
Jake
feel like
breaks happening down
Oh,
State
yeah.
Street.
I see Rick Smith leaving a comment as a truck driver. It isn't much fun. Like, oh no, we're romanticizing this way too
all right,
much.
we are. Okay, moving on.
Enthusiasts saying, Levi, where do you listen to all your audiobooks for Reach Your Warhammer Star Wars? Audible.com. I pay a monthly fee for that, and it gives me one audiobook for free every month. And that basically takes me a
Lines up.
month to listen to it. And so when I finish one, it's usually on the same day that I pick out the next one. Or if I'm still listening and I have like an hour left, I pick the next book that I'm going to listen to and download it so that when I finish that book, I'm ready to rock and roll. Now, there are a couple of times where I finished a book too quickly and I need to buy another book. That's when I can buy credits. And I can usually they'll do sales where Amazon will let you know that, hey, you can buy 3 credits for $10. And you can buy an audiobook for 1 credit.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like, oh, sweet. I can spend $10, get 3 credits, and I'll do that a couple times just so I have a little bank of credits. And then I can order the books as I choose and pick and listen to them.
Yeah.
And what's really great with Audible is if you get into a book that you don't like listening to, you don't like the person doing the voice acting or any of that stuff, you just ask to be refunded for it, and they'll give you your credit back and take the book
Put it
out.
on something else.
Yeah, and you put it on something else. It's really good that way. The other thing is you can download, your local library has an app that you can download the audiobooks for free utilizing
Liz
your
has
library
used that
card
and likes
too.
it a lot.
Yeah, so there's another way. If you don't want to spend the $10 a month that it is, you can do it at your local library, and you can use their website for that kind of stuff.
Use your local library. They exist.
Han says, if you're frustrated, step away for lunch, coffee break, or just relax for half an hour and go back at it.
Yeah, just a
It's
little
another way.
reset.
JP Morgan says, has anybody checked out the Halo series on Paramount? LMFAO.
it was so bad.
I tried watching the first season, and that was
I think we gave it
incredibly
like
hard
4
to
or 5
watch.
episodes, and we're like, maybe.
It was
rough.
It was painful, and I
It was
can't.
so
I
bad.
think I was mostly surprised that they were able to get a second season
Yeah,
filmed.
I'm amazed.
Like who
greenlighted that?
greenlighted that? And I think
Because the consensus online was that it was bad too. It wasn't just a few people.
So it was
thinking
funny
that.
because I did watch a video on YouTube of a person saying what would have probably fixed most of what was wrong with the second half of season 1 and season 2 was, I think, simpleness of Master Chief wearing his helmet 80% of the time. They said if they just had his helmet
they
on
just Mandalorian'd him
for more of the show, it would have been so much more of a likable
instead they had
show
him
and
take his
character.
helmet off
But they
all
said
the time.
they said it was no offense to the actor.
No,
the actor's a great
whatever his
actor.
name is, but it was just that like, hey, people like Master Chief because he looks like Master Chief. This is just a dude that's wearing some of the armor.
It just felt
We
like
don't- we don't-
expensive cosplay.
We don't need to know who what he looks like in his facial expressions. It's not needed. David Cervantes says, to keep myself from burning out fat as fast, I have a drawer in my toolbox dedicated to snacks. I take breaks and move on to a different part of the vehicle. Nice, David.
Yeah. Definitely a way to do
Perspective,
it.
says David Boyce.
Yes. And on to page 1. There we go.
JP says Castlevania, best series existing on Netflix next to Narcos, bar none, no contest.
That's a pretty bold proclamation,
I've not
JP.
seen
I
it.
may disagree.
I like
Have
that.
you seen it?
I've watched a lot of the different anime series they have on there, but I also have Crunchyroll. But Castlevania, I have heard is very good, though.
Okay.
Right. When do the clocks go forward for you?
Pretty
Asked
soon,
Graham.
a couple weeks here.
Yeah, we're close. There you go.
John says, "Oh, Anthony was hilarious." Her comment. When you come over next time, we will go to Caffeine and Machine. That's what it was.
That
It was
looks
Caffeine
cool.
and Machine.
I
It
really
looks like
like
a
to
cool
go to that.
spot. But yeah, that part.
It's their cars and coffee, but like a cool one.
Put this in your
Diary.
journal. It's funny.
So funny. Ronio says, Re-Acid H2SO4 has a real kick to it, but Pianist Breakbuster is a loss.
It is.
Agreed.
It's also on a completely different end of the pH
significantly safer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, alkalines tend to be more friendly. Okay, we got Joey Wonka laughing at the Wonka hunting him down thing.
Have you guys watched the new Wonka?
I have
The
not.
Timothy Chalamet?
But it's by the
No.
same guy who did the Paddington movies, right?
Yeah, it's not. But
I hear it's like Dune.
It's
No.
it's not like
No.
Dune, but it is. He is literally like.
Does it feel weird?
Paddington is such a good movie, and Paddington 2 is still probably the best movie ever made. But
Paddington 2?
Paddington
No, it's weird.
2
I've never
is-
watched it either,
it's
but apparently it's just a thing
so
everybody says
good.
online. Paddington
It's a
2
perfect movie.
It's like the greatest, not just children's movie, but like one of the greatest
Perfect
movies.
But what's
movie.
But what's that
shocked
from?
to
It's
hear
from
that
another
every
joke.
time.
There's a joke, or there's something, a
No,
movie
it's
that
real.
talks about Paddington 2.
No, everybody talks about Paddington
No,
2.
they
it's
mean
a
it
perfect
seriously.
What movie was there? It was a movie that referenced Paddington 2.
A lot of them do, yeah.
Ted referenced Paddington, the first one. I think.
But another movie referenced Paddington 2
No.
as being an amazing movie, and like
Paddington
people
2.
agreed.
Everybody says Paddington. No,
I know-
it's
I know
true.
what you're talking about,
but
but I
it's
can't
not
remember
from
what
that.
it's from.
But it's from another thing. But you're
I
right.
feel like it was a Guy Ritchie
They do
movie
say
or
it.
something.
Was it the train movie? The where they?
Oh, you know what? Maybe it was in Bullet Train.
Was it Bullet Train where they talk about
Maybe.
Paddington 2? There was something like that.
It might have been Bullet
mentioned-
Train, but before that,
Paddington 2.
if you've ever watched Paddington 2, it's pretty much like a 99 or 100% on Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes.
no,
it's
it's
like one of the only
extremely
movies that's ever
acclaimed.
gotten that
Or
Yeah.
was
level.
it?
But anyway,
and stayed-
going into that,
Yes.
you'd expect Wonka to be at a very like, oh, this is going to be great. They're going to
Well, I
redo Wonka.
expected it to feel very
It was
British.
okay.
Okay.
It's good.
It's not like Johnny Depp Burton.
It was a little
off.
It was almost
Is it?
too weird.
Oh.
It was too off the wall. However,
Yeah.
I will say he is hunted by the police.
Okay.
He is being tracked by a nefarious group that is trying to take control of his chocolatiering. So there are those. I was right in my assessment of what you were speaking of.
It's an angle for
It
sure.
is a
Was
full-on
it
angle.
Deadpool? What made a reference to Paddington 2? I can't remember. Somebody help me out.
I don't know. But if you
feel
haven't
like
watched
Deadpool
Paddington 2,
might
you need to
did
watch
you
Paddington
see that
2.
news article about it was somewhere over in the UK or somewhere in one country where there's a Wonka style like
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
that's what it
the one.
was.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
in Pedro Pascal.
Yes,
and
that's
Nick
what it
Cage.
was.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Thank you,
perfect.
Mr. 441.
Thank you very much.
Really trying
So,
to remember that.
What I was trying to say is, I guess somebody hosted essentially like an experience, right? A Wonka experience where you
Yeah.
could go and walk through a
Oh, I
Wonka
saw
style
this.
land,
And they had
have,
AI
like,
generated
and apparently it's like they
images
said,
to
they
make people
said
think
there's
what it was
gonna
gonna
be images, and there's supposed to be like big candies and all sorts of fun stuff, and it's apparently the most
like you went to that candlelight concert. It was like one of those events that gets advertised on social media, and then people are like, "Oh, I'm going to take my kid to this."
Apparently, it was
They
like
show
the
up.
saddest experience ever. I'm talking like I don't even
Like
know how to
Fire
describe it.
Fest,
Like
bad.
Firefest bad. like they said it was an abandoned warehouse, and like the props they had looked like used, and like they
That's
put them
funny.
together the night before.
Look into the picture, and then you get to the Oompa Loompa at the table, and it is the saddest looking woman sitting at this table, just like, they pay me to be here. I guess.
It's
It
not
was just
right.
really
Yeah, it's
sad
like
and off.
Super funny.
Yeah, that
Aaron
was
asking,
funny.
have you guys pre-ordered a Tesla Cybertruck yet?
There you go.
And what is your thoughts on the Cybertruck being made of stainless steel? Detailing the Cybertruck would be challenging. So
It's like a fridge.
Aaron, it's just like what most people think of when they the DeLorean was stainless. And the DeLorean is you can wash it with rinseless. You just got to be careful about not scratching the stainless because it is delicate. The thing though that I've heard the most is just that the stainless on the Tesla Cybertruck is not coated like the stainless on.
It's different
on the
because it's a different
DeLoreans.
It's a different stainless.
It's a different type of stainless, and so it's rusting already. So
the rusting is crazy.
Pretty crazy. That's all we know about it. Lucas Sledge's band channel. Not sure if it's supposed to be used like this, but I use Crystal Wash on my bathroom sink, shower, and mirrors for calcium deposits. Then I used APC and finished with the fender. Came out looking good.
Nice.
That's exactly what it's for.
Yeah,
That's
use it.
awesome. Yeah.
Sandro says, Coach, can your reactivation shampoo versus Car Pro D-scale differences in why choose one over the other? Thanks. I have not a lot of experience with Car Pro D-scale, to be honest.
D-scale, I believe, is more of a water spot remover style
That would make more
soap,
sense.
where reactivation shampoo is a different type of soap. It's a mineral remover, but not a water spot remover.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever been
So-
marketed as a water spot remover. And it's not that it won't help, but
They
I
both
don't
will
know.
remove some minerals.
Yeah. Graham, Levi.
Being on holiday is just having a week off from work for us. The XR3L is having its alloys refurbished. Nice.
Cool.
Enjoy. Then Aaron says, John Wick, Agent 47, or James Bond, who would win?
I've watched every single James Bond movie, and while I love them, John Wick still wins, even against Agent
I'd probably
47.
say John Wick.
Agent 47's cool and all, but John Wick is he's gonna cook him.
Neil White says, I just received the new MTM foam cannon wide mouth, and wow, is it strange. I bet. We haven't seen it yet.
I saw Jamie doing kind of like a mini review, like trying it out, and so what's strange about it?
I don't know.
curious
I
to hear
haven't
input.
haven't even.
just a
I mean,
big
I
thing.
just assume it's just
I haven't
the opening is
used the dang
different, but
thing.
otherwise it's the same bottle it always was.
John Krasinski saying, just installed diamond glass coating on the windshield about 2 weeks ago and was wondering if I can use bean makers or topper, and if so, what's the wait time? I'd wait pretty much the whole time. You don't need to use a topper on it. If you want to, you're more than welcome to, but I'd wait at least a month. And then Super Auto says, I'd rather have an 8-track toilet
Than
than a cassette. And Aaron says, I would like to have a TV and gaming console in the double cab when trucking. At least then I'd have entertainment.
Yeah.
Sure,
Well, that's the nice thing. You can mount them TVs on the walls now.
definitely
Rick
could.
Smith confirms being a truck driver, it ain't that much fun.
So I
All
think
right.
the part he's referring to is probably as a truck driver, you run into a lot of like heavy time constraints. The pay is super dependent on like timing and all that, and it feels like you're driving a call center. I'm wondering if that's maybe the vibe.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And still he's
Still he
saying
says
lol
clock is ticking.
TRC crew trucker dream cabs
Yeah.
lol.
Could be
true.
fun.
And then Graham Marshall, poop suitcase, how I've missed Thursday's Q&A.
You don't get these conversations anywhere else.
Yeah. Aaron says, I wonder if you could install Starlink in the truck. Probably.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
And then Stilly says, by the way, I meet tomorrow at the county to apply for the financial aid to trucker school, so I'll keep Anthony's dream sleeper bathroom in mind.
There you go.
never
Good
know.
job,
Telling you,
Andy.
somebody's got to do
Gotta
it like,
try it.
God, that would just be incredible. Just to have like the most perfect bathroom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when we watched the old episodes of, not Grand Tour, but Top Gear, right?
Yeah.
When Clarkson turned that, so he had the bathroom RV, right? Which was incredible, right? That was like my dream.
Full bathroom.
Full bathroom. But then it was that when he turned that hearse into I think it was like a hearse or one of the wagons, he turned it into like that beautiful white bed that had like the beautiful sheets.
That was ridiculous.
That was his
Yeah.
BMW wagon
Yeah.
Was it
for Africa.
Is that what it was? But it was like amazing. I
It
mean,
was like a little chalet.
Yeah.
perfect. Like that's what I would want. I would love that, man.
Oh, man. And then he follows up, Hans, I can step away for a coffee vape break, but if I eat lunch, I am done for the day. Okay, noted.
Rick, the best thing about driving a truck is I tested a lot of cleaners and dressings for durability.
Absolutely.
That's good. That
There
is
you go.
the right environment to be putting them through their paces.
441 saying the Massive Talent movie reference
Yes.
to Pedro
Yep.
That
Pascal.
was a fun one.
And sup Franco.
Sup, Franco.
And then 411 asking, when's the USS coming out, guys? End of March, probably. is what we're guessing.
Maybe after TRC SEMA.
After TRC
Gonna
SEMA
be
for
close,
sure.
real close.
Neil White says, Dane, the new MTM wide mouth is hard to open and close. I had to sand down the teeth on the wide mouth.
Really?
To screw on the top. Holy smokes.
That
Okay.
seems
Interesting.
strange.
David
Okay.
Cervantes says, have a great weekend, everyone. Levi, happy belated. Anthony,
Thank you.
congrats on the new lift. And Dane, best of luck selling the Jag.
Thanks,
you,
man.
David.
We appreciate it,
sir.
David.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
man.
And then Hans says, don't forget about the CB and the poop suitcase room that you got to put in.
You got to put a radio there. Wow, what a comment to end it on. That's where we
great.
get to end today's
Awesome.
show, on Hans's comment about installing a CB radio in a
I don't think
bathroom.
we could have it any other way.
All right.
So for those wondering, that was a callback to a Teen Titans episode, the cartoon, Teen Titans Go, where they literally talk about camping. And then they're like, how do we go to the bathroom? And Robin pulls out his poop suitcase. And they're like, we're not doing that. He's like, he goes, also, I'm going to be making tostadas for dinner tonight.
So funny.
Okay, so on that note, anything left before we go?
No,
guys?
go buy some stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
RadCompany.com.
There's a sale going on right now. I will ask Glenn. Sorry, you can't change it just yet. The website. Can you show it one more time? We'll walk people through it. Thank you. If you scroll right here, you can see 20% off almost everything in the Rag Company store at theragcompany.com. That is going on right now. But when does it end, guys? When does
The 4th.
it end?
4th.
Okay, the 4th. So that's how long you have.
Yep.
If you've been thinking about getting stuff, this would be a good time to do it because 20% off does not happen often around here. So, yeah, just be aware. Anyway, other than that, TRC SEMA, little click in the corner. Oh, shoot, she moved off the page. TRC SEMA, one more time for everybody who missed it the first time. We click on that. And yes, here's the schedule for TRCMA, which is coming up at the beginning of April. You can see the entire schedule. You can set little reminders for yourself if there's somebody you're particularly excited to see. And yeah, just tune in when it happens. But that way, you can find it on your own time, and we don't have to constantly remind you, but this is your way of keeping tabs. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening if this is sometime in the future. And yeah, have yourselves a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week, but until then, just have fun. See ya.
See ya.